This is a Madhouse guide for a new game any percent console. And first things first, I will start with options and the settings. If you've seen the 100% guide, I'm just going to cover the same thing here, so you can skip this part of the video if you want to. Some of the easier stuff, language, you can actually save less than a second if you swap the voice language from English to anything else pretty much, and I think the fastest is Japanese. For audio, I usually do BGM volume, which is music, all the way down to 0 when I play because I like to listen to other music, but for this tutorial I'll keep it at 10. And everything else I like to keep maxed out, and then speaker type I do headphones, but this is all optional stuff like preference. Display camera wobble, I would say turn that off 100%. Blood on screen, keep that normal so you can kind of tell what your health is without having to check your codecs or whatever. Tutorial messages, I would say off. Phone icon, preference, on or off, either one I say on. HUD, I say always on. Reticle, always display. That way you're gonna do some blind fire shots in this run, so it helps to line that stuff up. Reticle colors, preference. Brightness, I like to keep maxed out, just easier to see lineups and different things. That's pretty much it on that one. And then controls, I always turn controller vibration off, although it's already set off on my controller itself, so it's kind of redundant. Aim assist off. So a lot of these things are preferences, but these things I would say 100% do this. Aim assist off. Camera speed maxed out to 10, and camera excel set to none. Those 3 settings are important. These are preferences here, the inversions or whatnot. So that's it for settings. I'm gonna pull up a WordPad real fast just to show you some notes I'll reference. So right here, I have basically just, when I'm recording through OBS, I'll use the snippet tool and just clip out my inventory when it's pulled up on screen, and then I'll use that tool to circle or highlight different sections just to show one where my cursor will be at that time, and the biggest, well, that's important, and then also another thing is where my items are, obviously, because cursor memory and just item management, inventory management, whatever you want to call it, is very important in this run, especially on Madhouse in general. So I'll hide that for now, but I'll be pulling it up from time to time, possibly. I could just show you most of it in the game though, we'll see. Alright, so let's go ahead and get started. Just select new game, Madhouse, and if you're running splits, since this is a console guide, you can start them as soon as you hit OK here. Some people, or I'd say most people, don't bother running splits.
Hey baby.
They're pretty accurate though, at least with my setup. I have a physical copy of the game, I have an SSD and a PS4 Pro, and the splits are probably within a second or 2 of accuracy,
and come home to my loving husband,
which is nice.
but
and another thing is, if you care about the viewer experience, if you were streaming this, for example, I think it's 10 times more fun to watch a speedrun with splits up versus not. So that being said, I do sometimes go try hard mode, and even when I'm streaming I won't pull up splits at all, just because I want to focus entirely on the strats and inventory and all that sort of thing. But this run in general is,
I shouldn't have.
well, not even this run I guess, but this setting, this difficulty is incredibly fun for this game, to the point where I actually tried playing easy last night for about 10 minutes and ended up shutting off my PlayStation because I was so bored. Madhouse just does something to you. It's hard to go back after that. But yeah, if you've seen my Madhouse 100% guide, it's gonna be similar, but There are some changes as far as
Yeah, no, I'm good.
it's more simplistic in a lot of ways,
me.
except the boss
She's
strats.
not dead. She's alive. She's
Specifically
back.
March 2 and Jack 3
I don't know.
become
I
more
don't know
difficult
how,
because of
but she's
slower
back.
reload.
She's back somehow.
The strategies
Maybe it's a prank.
change a bit.
She wants me to come and get her.
I'll try and do multiple run-throughs of each
Don't be
section that I think require it, and definitely
I know,
do
but
multiple
what if it is her?
retries on
I have to find out.
certain
what happened.
bosses. I'll put a link to my PB in this category. I'll put a link to Yossi's guide, which is made for New Game Plus Easy, I think console specifically. It has a lot of good information in it though. But I'll probably mention her guide multiple
This is
times.
the place.
I think I mentioned it at least a few times in my 100% run. I did recall that there's a few things I didn't go over when I was doing the 100% guide, so hopefully I can remember that this time. Yeah, the big difference is like you just don't have to like pick up the videotape as a start or watch it. You I mean, you don't have to get any unnecessary coins. I mean, you have to get some coins to get like the scorpion key, for example, but you don't have to get any extra outside of that. You don't have to read files. You don't have to shoot the thing bobbles, all that stuff. I'd say the two bad things, honestly, are not getting steroids and not getting stabilizers. It is a pretty... stabilizers especially, that's the biggest difference to me as far as... I mean, the fights are very important and you can lose a tremendous amount of time on them. And you feel like you didn't do anything wrong. Okay, first things first is the first retry. I covered this pretty extensively in the 100%, but I'll just pretend like I didn't cover it at all. There's only 2 retries on Madhouse. This first one is if you look down with Ethan as far as you can and use the bottom of your screen, you can sort of line up whenever you get to the these boards right here on your right side. So you can actually see about whenever the load icon pops up. So it's like just before them pretty much. And then we're going to retry. The thing with this is when you pause in this game, the IGT stops, which the IGT is what we use to measure your final time with the in-game time. When you're running through here, if you're sprinting full speed, you're not going to see the load icon probably until about here-ish. So you're actually wasting all of this time, all of that movement right there. So you want to pause it early. Like not early in the regards to where it's going to pop up, but early as far as like there's a trigger point and then you'll actually see it if you just wait a split second. Whereas if you wait until you see the icon, it's not going to be till like here-ish, so you're going to lose a little bit of time. Because like I said, remember that when you pause the game, the IGT stops anyway. So if you see people do this, you'll wonder why, perhaps. It's not any strategy really, it's just they're holding forward on their analog stick, or if they're on PC on their keyboard. And they were just trying to, you know, not interrupt their momentum with Ethan. But the main thing is pause it at the right time, as early as you can to still get the load icon, and then just retry. Once you come back in though, look for the bottom right. Once you see continue pop up at the right, at the bottom right, that's when your IGT starts ticking again. So you have to make sure to be spamming your confirmation button, be it X or circle or whatever you're playing on. This part you want to kind of crouch later. Like you don't want to crouch like here, for example. You want to get, you know, just sprint all the way up to it and then just crouch at like the last second and then interact with it. Here you can just kind of stay crouched, interact with this, and then start spamming sprint to stand up. One big complaint about this game on console is the way you have to abuse your, well, it's defaulted to L3, so you have to press in your left analog stick. And the way the sprint works, you just abuse the heck out of your controller like that. Because the analog sticks on DualShock 4s are just garbage anyway. Probably the sole reason I cannot stand their controllers are the analog sticks. I mean, I know a lot of people say they're older or more, you know, like their original controllers. Like, I've had mine for how many years and it still works fine, but like the newer generations of DS4s are just awful. Okay, this part, when you go under this beam here, be on as far right as you can, and then once you get under here, sort of turn Ethan like 90 degrees, like so you're facing the wall pretty much, and then once you get to this stone here, this little like brown area, and you can listen for the bubbles as well, you're pretty much safe to turn and start, you know, go in the normal direction. That's not exact. You don't have to be completely turned 90 degrees or anything like that. Just in that general direction, and just, yeah, you can listen for the bubbles, or you can just look at that little mark on the wall. Either way. Like I said, I'm going to reference Yossi's guide right now. In fact, you can look at specific lineups of like pictures and GIFs and describe via text and stuff that she did, which is really nice. This is going to be the first quick turn grab, which is very nice on console. It's not entirely necessary. It's more of a, I would say, in a more advanced strat for time save. The way quick turning works in this game is holding backwards, and you can hold it all the way down or just a little bit, and then you tap circle. Well, okay, actually I take that back. You can't hold it, just, I thought you could. I never do it, just a little bit, but yeah, you pretty much hold backwards all the way, and then while you're doing that, hit circle. So you can do it at the same time, or you can do it one after the other, so backwards then circle, or kind of do them together. So you pretty much just add in X with that, which is, for me, what I have it binded to for pickups. So once you get in the range of this, you're just gonna pretty much hit backwards, circle, and X at the same time. And to do that, I kind of, after Ethan's running, I have him running towards the item, I lay out my hand flat, and I put the bottom of my index finger on X and the bottom of my middle finger on circle, and so I can hit them at the same time. Just hit backwards and those two buttons, and then you want to get lined up with interactions pretty well where the animation starts. So if you were to interact here, Ethan's gonna go slow mode. It's gonna drag you over, not that slow, but it's definitely slower than like your sprint speed. So when you interact, you want to be kind of flush with the spot and at the right distance. This is something that just comes with time of running the game over and over. You'll just get a feel for like where you're supposed to interact. So I'm going to show you with this one, I'm going to show you how painfully slow it is to interact with this. So when we do interact, we want to, you know, hit X, and we're going to have to move to our item. So this is where the beginning of, or this is the beginning of where item management and cursor memory and all of that comes into play. You're gonna want to keep track of not only where your items are, but how many of like med packs you have, since this is Madhouse, for example. Like it's a lot to keep track of, but that's to me where notes come in handy, because the notes, like the act of making the notes for me personally helps me with key items especially and different things, and it frees my mind up to think about the more specifics of, I don't have any shotgun shells, or I don't have any like my enhanced ammo is in my inventory. It's not only in my gun, or I have one heal, or I have two heals. Like the less apparent things, just when you're in the heat of a fight or trying to think of other things. So we'll interact with this one really far away. So your cursor would be here normally, so X and then right down or down right, either one. Just do something consistent, and you can see look how slow he is. Did you see? He was like just crawling to that thing. So that's why you kind of want to use the full speed
God, I found you.
of
It's me. It's Ethan.
your character, and then position them yourself in the closest spot to the interaction.
No,
Which
no,
doesn't
I wouldn't.
necessarily mean you need to be right up on it. It just, that's when, like I said, it's just, you'll get a feel for it once you do it enough, kind of about where you need to stand.
What the hell's going on?
And
We need to
it's
go.
a small thing, but
need to go
that's
now.
pretty much what this game is in general, outside of Madhouse. It's especially is kind of the fine optimizations of like nailing your boss fights and
Someplace safe.
getting your cursor
What's going on?
in the right position and remembering where it is
3
and
years.
what
3
pickups
years.
you did.
Has it really been
And
3 years?
if you go from Madhouse to easy, it becomes less difficult to manage, but it's still very important for those extra seconds or several seconds, or even sometimes you know, could be a huge amount of time if you do all of it.
What'd they do to you?
Not now.
But
need to
first
get
things
out of here
first,
first.
we had moved our cursor here
I think it's
to
this
use the
way.
item, or to use the bolt cutters on Mia's cell. Now, while we're doing absolutely nothing for 5 years here, we're gonna go ahead and delete this item here, and then move our cursor back to the bolt cutters. Now, what that does is, whenever we pull open our inventory, like our main chests, which there's multiple chests throughout the game,
Not me.
that won't
That
be
wasn't
in your
me.
inventory there.
I
So it just doesn't get in the way.
Fine.
On NG, it doesn't really matter as much. In fact, I don't think it
everything that I know.
really matters at all. But it's just a good habit to
have
get
to go this
into.
way.
Because if you start doing NG plus runs, then you'll have to, if you go through and just spam X through all of your items and pick up, you know, your gun, your Albert, and your infinite ammo, and you're just picking up all that crap,
Through here.
then you might
I remember.
you might have an extra item of the her license or whatever that was to pick up. Little note. And plus, like I said, you have like 5 years to just do whatever you want. You could go into a coma for a couple weeks, and then this section might be done.
There. It's there.
Alright, so this part is kind of hard to... Like, if I could pull up my PB video and just like show you with a mouse, it'd probably be easier. But what I do here is line up the left side of this column with the middle, bottom middle of my monitor, which I have a little Asus logo there. And then I sort of,
It's gone.
the brick at the bottom left of my screen, I kind of line up my left and bottom side of the screen with the left and bottom side of the brick. Just kind of cradle it, I guess. And this has been working for me pretty consistently. The other setup I was doing was kind of failing me sometimes because I think I was ever so slightly too far left or something, maybe, or right. I don't know. This part, you pretty much just want to tag the inside of that threshold there. Just like pretty much get Ethan like halfway in the room and immediately head back towards Mia so you can trigger this. I'm gonna go ahead and talk about the Mia 1 fight coming up. Whenever you grab, like the first thing you're gonna do is spam X to grab the axe, and you're gonna sprint towards Mia, and you need to keep track of your hits on her. With the strat I do, at least, you can open up and do a fancy sort of like crouch strong attack clip, which will be utilized in the Mia 2 fight, which I will do that one, but in the Mia 1 I just hit her in the face. But I count my hits to at least 12. If I get a multi-hit, which you can hear like 2 hits as you swing, then sometimes I'll go for like 11 or 10 if I get multiple multi-hits. That tongue twister.
Feel her clawing her way back inside.
Yeah, in general, I used to be safe. I go for 12 hits and then I block, and that kind of speeds up the kill on her. If you don't block, sometimes you'll do extra animations and attacks and stuff that you don't necessarily need.
What the fuck are you, Mia?
This is one of those parts I'm gonna say look at Yassi's guide for as far as the lineup I'm about to do. But all I can say is I used the bottom left, like there's 2 blood spots on my screen at the bottom left. The one on the right side, I sort of line up on a little patch in the wall, but yeah, it's too hard to... Okay, here though, anyway, get up to her and just start 1 counter hits and then back up a little bit as she swings. 7, 8, back up, 10, 11, 12. I'm gonna do 13 hits, I'm gonna block immediately. And it's gonna do the death animation. This is one of those fights I kinda would like to show a couple times, maybe a few times, but I don't know exactly where the retry is. I think it might be before you get Mia, so I don't really want to do that much to show that fight. It's not hard enough to justify, although I would do it if I could easily. That being said, Mia 2 I'll show multiple times because I have a save file right before, which is nice.
Shouldn't have come here.
Who's this? And what the fuck is going on?
My name's Zoe. There should be a way out through the attic.
Attic.
But yeah, like I was saying, the lineup to get Mia to stand up, I'm just gonna say reference Yassi's document because it's really well done. This part, pretty much just lining up. I'll show you after I get back in, but first things first, spam X here whenever the screen pops up again, because as soon as the continue pops up, your IGT's ticking again. The lineup for this retry is as soon as the bottom of your screen gets about halfway up this board right here on your left side, this one that my axe is lined up with, once you get about halfway up that board, roughly, is where I pause to do the retry. And I didn't cover it earlier, but the whole point of these two, the only 2 retries in Madhouse are, it effectively speeds you up, but what it's really doing is lifting off a sort of a immersive slow effect that the game puts on Ethan. So once you retry here and you come back in, you're essentially just faster. So okay, so here you can just run through, you can actually knock over these chairs, they don't slow you down. This is one of those interactions where when you come around, you want to kind of get lined up in the middle of these 2 doors, and then don't get like right up on it, which actually you can't get right up on it. I've never even tried to do that before. But yeah, just line up about here-ish and just spam X because your cursor will be in the right spot. And then you can move, like open the door and then move away a little bit, tag that and turn, and just kind of, you know, keep it tight. Pathing around all this. Here you don't have to get all the way up next to the fuse box. You can just kind of get off at an angle. You can see how it activates about here-ish. See, I'm off to the side. You don't have to get like right up on it or anything. So we'll go here and we'll put that in, and then we'll come back around, do a nice tight turnaround to get me again.
It's me. I know you didn't mean to hurt me.
You shouldn't have done that! It fucking hurts!
So when Mia's doing this, and then also when she's in that hallway and she's stabbing you with her knife, like you can't do anything at these parts that helps speed it up or anything. So you just wait.
Let's see what you feel.
Yeah, I'm gonna make a save file for Mia 2, like I said, and do the fight multiple times. And I'll try and do multiple versions of the fight too. I'll do like a gun only, I'll do a axe only, and then I'll do like a hybrid strat, and then maybe do the axe one multiple times since it's the hardest one. It's the fastest, but it's quite scary to do. And we just want to come up here and interact with this button as soon as possible. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and make a save file now. I'm gonna pick up both tapes. Let's see. Let's interact with this. I'll make a save file. I'll make it here. That's fun. Just overwrite some stuff. I don't want it to get too cluttered. Okay, so the first one I'm going to show is picking up all this crap. So I'm picking up med packs, I'm picking up gun, or the gun, I'm picking up bullets. I'm just gonna, this is gonna be like the basic bitch strat. And I'm not even gonna use the axe. Got everything. So you see we have 27 bullets, we have 2 med packs. Now what triggers this fight is touching the ladder, and then you just get off it and get ready for her to drop down. I'm gonna go ahead and tell you I am horrible at this fight with a gun. I miss like 40% of my shots usually. But the main thing is take your time and try, even if you're firing half speed, try and make every shot hit her face, because it does bonus damage and it just speeds the fight up. I mean, if you get good at it, you can just, like, you know, fire quickly and hit every shot. I didn't mean to shoot there actually. Then another thing is, if you're missing shots too many, then you're reloading extra, and the reload takes like 5 seconds because he has one hand. So I'm gonna aggro her and I'm gonna pull back, just let her drop down. And I'm trying to hit her face. I'm gonna block that. I'm gonna go ahead and close this door. I'm gonna be really basic here. I'm gonna use the doors and everything. Alright, so line up your shot. Face as much as you can. Like I said, I miss a lot of shots on her. That's one good thing about the axe, I guess. It's hard, but I mean, definitely a lot easier to hit her. Okay, so you can kind of like turn and run from her. Did I just crouch down? Yeah, see, like even missing all those shots, I probably missed like, I don't know, 7 or 8, 10 shots, whatever there. Like I was still able to kill her with those amount of bullets that they gave me. So if you want to play it safe, if you're just starting this run, I would say just, you know, do the gun strat, it's fun. And this is going to be a slightly more advanced version of that, which is going to be, I'm going to still pick up everything, but I'm going to open up with the axe first, and then I'm going to start using the gun. Okay, so with the axe, what I like to do is after I aggro her, I kind of move Ethan in line with this board right here on the wall right here. That one. I kind of line up my light, so the middle of my light is half on that board and half on this section of the wall. And then I turn and I look down at this patch of sheetrock right here that my axe is on, and I sort of slide Ethan a little bit. Maybe about halfway. You can kind of use this picture too, and then I'll sometimes I do different lineups, because that's one of my downfalls in speedrunning. I tend to change things up a lot for the worse. But sometimes I'll turn my light to where it's like on this second patch of sheetrock, the little baby one. It's hard to point out. Let me put my foot on it. Can I put my foot on this? Yeah, that one that my foot's kind of, you can barely see it. This is one of those parts I'm gonna say again. Look at Yassi's document. It's gonna show like a GIF of like the specific lineup, and it'll have like highlights and stuff. But yeah, basically I do, you know, these boards, turn, go left about midway up, and then turn my character a little bit and aim towards that little patch of sheetrock there. Okay, so let's aggro her and let's try this axe opener. So pretty much I'm just going to do the axe opener, and then I'm going to go straight into the gun. So you crouch, go up to her, crouch, strong attack, strong attack. You can sort of hear like the multiple hits you get there if you do it right. You're basically trying to clip into her body and swing inside her, lewd, and get more than the usual one hit on her with the way the RE engine works. But she should die a lot faster here. One, I'm hitting my headshots more, and the main thing is getting those multi-hits with the opener with the axe.
I am responsible.
You can kind of bait her, like kind of run toward her and then away. Like bait her attack. See how fast she died there? Like I still had 9 bullets left. But yeah, you want to crouch and do a strong attack, which a strong attack is basically, so here's a regular attack. These are just R1s, which with my bindings, it might be R2 for you. But if you hold L1 or L2 in your instance, which is block, and then do an R1, it's a strong attack. It's slower, but it hits harder. So let's show that version one more time with axe opener, and then use the gun to finish her off. So go ahead and get your axe ready. I'm gonna actually skip these bullets too on the left side because you can see the distance you have to run. It's not far, but it's only 3 bullets. So instead of going there, you can just kind of turn quickly here. Go in this room. This is 10. So if you're doing gun, like pretty much have to grab those 10. Grab the first aid, and this is 5. So let's do the same thing here. Gonna just move, line up about midway, turn, go left, turn towards the little sheetrock, crouch, strong attack. I didn't get the clips, so she's not gonna die quite as fast now. And then we just aim for the head. Miss all your shots. I get too impatient here. I'm gonna try not using the door as much here. Because you can, like I said, you can kind of like walk toward her and bait her attacks. Which is really nice. It's scary though. That's probably the hardest thing about her, just like getting relatively comfortable beside her. Because if she gets a hold of you, you can die in like 2 seconds, pretty much. So it's just, yeah, you gotta kind of get comfortable around her. Alright, so this time we will show just the axe strat. So the big chunk of the time save comes from not having to go in these rooms. It's not necessarily all the time save, but you don't have to spend the time going in here, picking up this, which I think is like, I don't know, let's just say like 6 seconds, 7 seconds. And then you don't spend the time going in this next room, which is probably a little bit more time than that even. Those bullets are pretty free to pick up. But the thing is, when you do this strat, you can actually aggro her, and then you can come over here and grab this med pack pretty much for free, and then just get your lineup going. So that's what I'm gonna do. So pretty much the same thing as the gun one I was just doing, but instead of going to the gun, I'm just gonna continue axing her. I'm not gonna do strong attacks though after the opener. I'm gonna start doing light attacks, kind of to her back left side. Okay, we're gonna get back a little bit, let her get away from the wall. Okay, now I get back down. This is where this fight becomes really challenging with the axe, because I'm kind of trying to get in a sweet spot on her, where I'm more toward her left side, but also still behind her. And then you kind of want to get up on her for multi-hits, but it gets a little dangerous. Okay, if she hits you, just kind of, you can smack her in the face. To get like easy staggers. I think it takes like usually about 2 hits of regular R1s. And that's something else again, let me mention, like my opener, I'm doing crouch, strong attack, and pretty much from that point I'm gonna swap over to just regular R1s just to keep the, like, easily keep my position and such. So let's go get the med pack here for free, then get this rough lineup here. Now I'm doing regular attacks, not strong ones. See how easy it is to get hit though? And then you can also hit the beams and such. This is really annoying. That's probably the hardest thing about axe, actually, come to think of it, is just sort of like, even she gets caught and stuff. That's probably the biggest thing, just not hitting the wall when you're trying to, you know, do this fast. But yeah, you just pretty much crouch, regular attacks, and kind of hug her left backside. I'll do it one more time with the axe. But yeah, safe to say, just do the gun strat early on until you get comfortable. This will take you a good while to get kind of comfortable with. And thing is though, when you do eventually move to the axe strat, if you choose to, even if it's slow, it feels slow, it'll probably still save a little bit of time. Yeah, you can go entirely for free. Grab this med pack while she's coming off the ladder. So, gonna get a rough lineup here. Crouch, strong attack, and then we switch to regular. Yeah, I'm not perfect at this by any means, so if you find out other ways to do this, then always be willing to experiment with your own strats or different renditions of other people's. You can see this is the gist of it right here. She does relatively fast if you get it going. The biggest thing is just like not getting clipped by her, so like slightly getting out of position and such. Just getting in that sort of sweet spot. It's not super precise, but it's also very easy to mess up at the same time. That might not make sense, but it'll make sense once you start doing it. What I'm talking about, once you get decent at it. This part, it's safe to say, just move around. Don't stop moving. You don't have to be moving the whole time, but yeah, just move around a little bit the whole time, just so Jack actually does this part. So. I went ahead and skipped through all of the cutscene stuff. Once Jack closes that door right there, you can just start holding left on your left analog stick, and I'll just topple over here. Alright, this part we fortunately have a nice little autosave, so I can show this part multiple times. First things first, you should have your cursor already in this slot if you didn't do anything weird with it. Because it, like I said, cursor memory, well, I didn't say this, but cursor memory carries through like everything pretty much. The only time it resets is if you exit out of an item box without moving it back to your inventory manually. Okay, so yeah, that should be in the right spot. Anyway, these two doors, go through the left one like this, and what I just did on that one here, I don't want to happen actually, so close this back. Let's try that again. Just like push through it and leave that one flush for later. I'm gonna open this door as we're running past. This part, you want to kind of hug the right side of the wall, and we're gonna do this sort of like weird, like I'm gonna look a little bit right and then do a left right left sort of action to hopefully get past him here. Let's go ahead and see what it looks like. Like so, and then go up to this door, interact with the key, try and insert it, which it won't let you. Block as you crouch, then slip past him. I want to show this part multiple times. He's gonna grab you, you can just sort of block. Just keep running. I'm gonna let him grab me one more time here. I'm gonna intentionally stop. Close the door on him. I want to show you the baby version first, and then I'll go into detail on the next one. You can hide, just make sure the shelf in front of you is between you and Jack, just to be safe. You might have to move a little bit. As soon as he turns around, just crouch walk over here, grab this stuff, combine it, and move your cursor down to the bottom left slot, and you can go. And we'll retry again. This time I'm going to go for... Hopefully he gives us a good RNG. I can show you what that looks like, and then hopefully we get... I mean, not hopefully, but... We're gonna get crappy RNG. Another thing with the memory cursor, or the cursor memory, is if you're doing retries over and over, if you moved your cursor at any point, it's gonna stay there, obviously. So when we retry here, we actually want to put our cursor back to where we need it for practice sake. So open the left side, tag this door on this hallway, and hug the right side. And we'll try that left, right, left thing, like so. So try and insert this key, and basically what that's doing is setting up for aggro on the or triggering the cop rather. Okay, here we're going to close the door on him, but we're gonna go for a crouch quick turn insert. Which we didn't need to do because he didn't mess with us, so we actually got really good RNG there. I was just doing a better safe than sorry thing there. So if he's close enough, then he will basically grab you and try and chop off your leg. But if you do a crouch quick turn grab insert, then it sort of avoids it. But it's not just as simple as that. You actually have to... I'll try and talk through it as I'm doing it if he gives it to us. Right there, you kind of want him to do a follow-up attack after the second one there.
Worry, I'm still here.
But he's not giving it to me. Block that. Cool, close him in there, and I'm gonna go for the quick turn grab here.
You came to the wrong
Okay.
house,
See how we can't
boy.
move? We can turn though. Like so. I'm gonna crouch, grab these two items, and I'm gonna get the fuck out of there. That's exactly what I wanted to show you. So yeah, basically as you're crouching into the door, then you do the inputs for, you know, backwards, X, and circle at the same time for the quick turn grab, and then you just hit X to use the key on the trap door. And then I'll go show you real quick what was happening. So we went here and we crouched down, and then we just did like a backwards, you know, the quick turn grab everything, and then I hit X one more time, which I don't have the key obviously. And then he's got us locked in, so we can't move Ethan, but we can turn him. So as he's doing as he locks us, we turn backwards, and he kind of picks us up, and we're able to crouch down under his attack, and that gives us time to grab the newer round and the separating agent. And then about that time the doors open where we can jump in. What you grab these two items for, like, you can't use the newer round obviously for, you know, attack purposes, but you can grab these and combine them and make a strong chem fluid, which we can then use to combine with gunpowder and make 10 enhanced ammo. The best case scenario is he does his triple attack and is slow enough to where we can just do it just like this. We just walk up and we go insert, pick up these items, combine them, and then we move our cursor here, and then we just go down. Like, that's like the ideal situation. But I'm trying to show multiple versions of this, like bad RNG, good RNG, peach strats, tryhard strats, whatever. Make sure our cursor's in the right spot for this practice session. We'll try this one more time with the right or the left, right, left. He's not grabbing us there, which is really nice. I kind of want to show it when he grabs. Okay, try and get past him. I think he's going slow. We'll try and go for the quick turn grab here. Actually, let's do this. Yeah. He gave us good RNG. We can just go in. I'm gonna try it one more time. I want him to grab us this time though. To show you, it can get a little bit awkward. I gotta move my cursor back for this practice. Okay, so left side. Open the door. The reason I'm showing this part so much is Jack Hallway is actually really difficult. But let's try not doing the left, right, left. Let's just try getting past him normally.
Just slip out before dinner was done.
Didn't even need to. Okay, I give up. I'm just gonna move on. Never mind. But yeah, if he grabs you, just... I don't know. Good luck. Because he won't do it for me, I guess. Okay. Yeah. Well, I guess you'll have to... That was like 6 or 7 tries. I'm just gonna move on. I don't want to spend the whole tutorial on Jack Hallway. But yeah, just keep in mind the big thing there is, remember the crouch, quick turn, grab, insert, and then turn your body away from him as you're locked in place. And then just duck under his attack. You basically just want to open this door enough to where you can get outside a little bit, and then it triggers the phone call, and then you just turn back around as soon as you can and into the film.
You did good, Ethan.
Zoe,
Okay,
what the fuck?
this
are you-
part,
Stop and listen if you want to stay alive.
I'll explain
You gotta get out of that
the
house.
two variations, but I'll only show the best one, or to me the best,
And that thing on
which
your wrist
is
is a
not
codex.
getting the chem
Don't lose
fluid
it.
and
It's
herb.
important.
So as far as menuing goes, it makes it so much easier just to have your cursor already in the slot that you're gonna need for the jack fight. So this cursor slot allows us to pick up the gunpowder, and then we pick up a coin. So the gunpowder will go here, the coin will go here, the bullets we pick up will go here, and then the next item we pick up is a lockpick, which will go here, which we need to use. That's why I keep my cursor there. So yeah, we just go here, pick this up, and we leave and go do what we need to do in a second. But your other option is to pick this up, then go over here, pick this chem fluid up, go all the way over here, get the herb, and then in that case, you'd probably want your cursor here instead. That way, because this will be a chem fluid, this will be herb, and this would be where your lockpick is. But I'm not going to do that. That's just an option you can have if you want an extra heal. Here, you want to sort of tag this left board right here. Next to the garbage can, just tag it and then go this way towards this coin and pull this down with your right analog stick and just kind of weave through this door here.
Hey,
Go to the cop. I'll skip. Okay, so I just skipped through the cop part. After he's done talking, just sprint this way, smack this box, pick up this ammo, and just carry on through this part. Spam X on this box here. And then spam X again for the button push. Now at this point, I'm gonna make a save file. That way I don't have to do the cop stuff and everything. So I can show this fight maybe a few times. So I'll go ahead and grab both tapes. And I'll put one in the box. Keep our cursor where it is. And go ahead and make this save file here, which I'll just overwrite this one. Yeah, I'll overwrite this one. This one. Yeah, I think Jack 1's important enough to show a few times. But yeah, you wouldn't normally be doing all this stuff. Unless you're just practicing, I guess. So quick thing on this is the knife early on doesn't really help much. You can hit him if you want to, but the main things are the shots you're gonna do to his
We gotta
face.
get the fuck out of here.
And I'll try and explain that when I get to the car part of
What
this.
about you?
But basically what I'm doing here is like a quick turn grab on the key and getting to the box as soon as I can. And inserting the key, or the lockpick. I said key, didn't I? Yeah, I meant lockpick earlier. But yeah, just get around him. You can smack him once if you want. Pick up the gun, swap to your knife. Well, you don't have to swap to the knife there, but... And then spam X on this. Pick it up. Try and get in the car as fast as you can. And then you can kind of like just get right back out if he's close enough. Because you'll get in the car, and then while you're waiting, you can make stuff if you want to. This isn't important. As soon as he looks at you, start shooting. 5, 6, 7, and sort of what's happening there is I'm not doing quick firing intentionally. I'm just making my shots count, and as soon as he looks at me, I start shooting, and I shoot 7 shots, and the 6th and 7th shot are both probably going to be while he's in motion. So you have to be trailing him like I just did to hit your shots properly and make him crash like I just did. After he dies, you're gonna come over here and grab this med pack, and you're gonna reload your enhanced, reload your regular, and then you're gonna move your coin here, your med pack here, and keep your cursor here. And then swap to my knife, let him walk a little bit toward you, knife him like once or twice or 3 times, and get over here-ish. Doesn't really matter, just wherever. And that's pretty much the fight. I'll show getting on the ladder, I guess. No, I'll show that after I try it again. We'll just do this fight at least 2 more times, I guess. Alright, so our cursor, put it in the right slot for the practice. So yeah, we've already done the cop stuff and all that, so I'm just doing this so the fight's faster to get to. Okay.
Hey, we
So
gotta get
yeah,
the fuck
like
out
I
of
said,
here.
the knife really doesn't help on this fight,
What about
from
you?
what I can tell. It might save you like a one shot or something. It's weird how the fights work, like as far as like bosses having iframes at particular points, and also like it's like they take less damage at certain points as well or something. I don't know. I'm not gonna hit him at all here.
Fuck it. I'm gonna kill every one of you.
So yeah, just get to this and insert this as soon as possible. You can do a little bit of menuing there if you want to as well, like while you're waiting. I've tried to get out of the card there, but sometimes he just grabs you and doesn't let you. So here, just waiting for him to get in the car, so I'm gonna delete this and this, that, like so, okay. And then aim and let him look at you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7. See how I had to like trail him there? And then move your med pack here, cursor there. Let me show that again, where everything is. This is one of those parts where maybe after you've killed him, take a screenshot of it or something, if you want to, with like snippet tool. And then you can sort of highlight where your cursor is, where the items are, or just have it there as visual representation. So it's like I said, it's like the act of making it, I think, helps me more than actually having it to look at a lot of the times. But we'll show this fight one more time. But I'm probably making it look way easier to execute than it actually is. I'm not saying that in like a cocky way. I practice this strat quite a bit. Watch me mess it up now. I think the really only hard part about this is, one, you gotta hope for good RNG, that he doesn't grab you early or like derp out and mess up, like get stuck on the shelf, and the shelf lock is pretty rare, but it does happen, stuff like that. But what you actually have to do is just trail those 6th and 7th shots properly. Otherwise it's not really bad as far as what you can control. So you can even make this earlier. I might get hit here. Yeah. And I'm dead. There it is. There's the death. And like, case in point, I'm actually kind of, it's embarrassing a little bit, but at the same time it's Madhouse and it just happens. But I'm actually kind of grateful that did happen, just to show you how ridiculous I can be. I couldn't even move for like 10 seconds there. Just completely locked out and dead.
Now first you need to tell me what you're doing out here alone in the middle of the night.
Me? What about you?
No, it's my job. Won't you do your job and tell me? Answer my question.
There's like one normal combo he does where he swings twice, or he swings 3 times, but between the 2nd and 3rd there's like a good space where you can like utilize that window to get in the car safely.
Fuck it. I'm gonna kill every one of you.
I'm doing a quick turn grab there, but obviously you can just do a regular grab and then turn around. See, 1, 2, and then like in between 2 and 3. You see how you have plenty of time to get in? I could have gotten in earlier there. I was just trying to show that window though between 2 and 3 on that combo. And then main thing is you don't have to get your inventory ready yet. Main thing, just be in position when he looks at you. Start shooting. 4, 5, 6, 7. Then reload your enhanced, then reload your regular. And then move your inventory around like so. Just like that. This is kind of preference, but it just works really well for the most part. I've done a lot of different renditions of it. Yeah, try be very be experimental. Try new things out. Sometimes what works for me, or what works for me or somebody else, might not work for you, and or maybe take our strats and improve upon them or whatever. There's always room for improvement, especially in a run this crazy. Okay, so that's all for Jack 1 I'm going to show. When you climb up here, turn a little bit left, grab this coin and then turn back around. Okay, you have an option here to do a quick turn grab, like so. So it makes it to where you can access the back of the picture quickly, versus when you get up normally you have to spend the time turning it. And if your sensitivity is really low, which mine's as high as it'll go on console, but it's still slow, you have to wait that entire time for it to turn it around. What I personally do, I mean, what you can do is, you know, quick turn, hit X immediately, and then cancel out, turn around, and pull the shelf while it's unlocking it. What I do though in this run is just I turn it like this, and then immediately go left like that, and pull the shelf. With my execution on it, it's probably about the same, but you do have the option to do the quick turn grab there. Make sure you actually grab the ox statuette as well. Don't just like unlock it and leave like I've seen a lot of people do. Okay, so this part, I think I will make another save file. Yeah, we'll make another save file real fast. Let's get one of these out real fast. We'll make this one. Yeah, that's fine. Let me think about this part. This is probably a part where I could show you. So this is where our cursor is going to be, by the way. So we had our coins slot in number 2, or we moved to slot 2. We had our first aid to slot 4, and then we have our cursor here. And then when we pick up the ox statuette, it's perfectly where we need it. Okay. So we just came out of the jack fight. We're running this way. I'm gonna have my knife out for this part, I guess. Yeah, it doesn't really matter. So when you interact with, like when you're using items on stuff, you want to sort of use the momentum of Ethan or whoever you're controlling at the time to your advantage. So if you have a general idea of where the interaction box or the interaction like can happen, it's just something you got to get used to. You got to do it a lot. I know approximately where it is, so at that point I sort of let go of my analog stick for movement, because if you go up to this door and try and insert it and still hold down up on your analog stick trying to move Ethan, it's gonna switch over and move your cursor and your inventory. So what's gonna happen here is you're gonna end up using your knife instead of the ox statuette. So we're gonna like use the momentum and let go and hit X, and then we'll insert it. My cursor was in the right spot for demonstration purposes, so boom boom. And then open your inventory with triangle if you have it set there, move your cursor over to the coin, and then X out again. Open this door, tag this, tag that, pick up the gunpowder, pick up the coin, and then here you can interact with this pretty quickly. Like you see where it pops up. You're trying to insert, you know, the coins there. You don't want it. There's a top interaction too you want to avoid. So like as soon as you round this corner on this chair, you can start inserting these coins. This is pretty much spam X. Okay, this part, while it takes about, you can see there, as long as it took for that prompt to pop up for me to pick up the scorpion key, it's like say 3 seconds, 2 or 3 seconds. While that's happening, you can take your gunpowder and move it, which I'm actually going to move it to slot 2 at the bottom. And then I'm going to move my cursor back up here because that's where the scorpion key is going to go, which is the next item I need to use. And let me show you real fast on the screen my notes. You can see at the top left here, this is exactly what I'm preparing for. So I have my med pack and everything where it's showing, and my gunpowder at the bottom, and my scorpion key is about to be there, and then I'll pick up the pendulum right after. So that's actually what we're aiming for right now. So yeah, once this pops up to where you can grab it, I do like a quick turn grab, like so, and I use it as soon as possible, and then I pick up this, and then I go to the door and start spamming X to get through it. And you can see our inventory looks exactly like I just showed. So the idea is scorpion key, pendulum, lockpick, which you're about to get, goes here. Any other heal will stack on top of this unless it's a strong one. And then our regular ammo will go here. And what that allows us to do is to combine the ammo with the gunpowder next to each other. which if you didn't know, I just figured out when I started running Madhouse, you can combine gunpowder like this, and you can select 10 regular ammo and it'll make 5 enhanced basically. So that's pretty much the thought process behind why my inventory is positioned how it is, but it might make more sense once I show this next part. So here you can actually interact with this with the quick turn grab. Then you would turn it left, open it with X, and then hit down, and then you would pick it up. So let's show that in one fluid motion. So left, down, okay, and then this part you just hug the right side. And sometimes he just does that. Honest to God, he just sometimes hits you. I'd say it's about 90% consistent that you can just squeeze past him and he derps out. I think maybe because I just stood there too long. Okay, this part, when you come in the room, your objectives are to open this with the red hand, this with old girl's name on it. Whose name is this? I forget. Whatever the riddle is. It's basically this one with the red hand and this last one. I can't remember. But anyway, after you open those two, what you're doing is you're opening them first. So this cold chamber goes ahead and starts opening up for you. So where you can open it yourself. Like it has like 2 openings. It pops open and you pull it all the way. So you do this part first and then this part. And then after that, while that is triggering for you to be able to open it, you come over here, smack this box. Alternatively, you can turn and shoot it with your gun once. And then you want to pick up this item and this item. This is always 5 bullets right here on the table. This can be one of like a few different things. Preferably, I want ammo in this situation because I already have a heal on me. So we actually got a lot of ammo, which is nice. So yeah, then so after you open these 2 cold chambers for the puzzle to get that one going, you get these items. So let's show that in a fluid motion. So we tag this one. You can shoot it or knife it. Boom, boom, pick them up, and then you can interact with this. This one takes like, I don't know, let's say 2 seconds to be able to grab. So while that's happening, you can actually move your cursor. What I'm gonna do is move my cursor to the first empty slot while I'm waiting, because these are free windows. I guess we'll just call them free windows where you can get your cursor somewhere useful early or move an item around or something, which is going to happen a ton in this run. So yeah, while we're waiting for this, for those 2 seconds, we're going to go right, and then we're going to go to this first empty slot. Okay, and then the position you need. Okay, so there's a difference between interacting with something that you have to do the animation for versus if you're putting a key in somewhere or picking up an item, you can be the furthest away that you want to. It's kind of like the opposite of what you would want in a situation where you have to open up a door or something, or use bolt cutters like we were talking about earlier. This one, you actually want to be far away from it, so that way we have to travel less distance after we pick it up. So we're going to grab this and we're going to run this way, kind of hug the right side. Now to get my gun ready, pick up those 5 bullets. Okay, look at my ammo at the bottom right. Regular ammo stacks up to 30. Your clip holds 10 with this gun, and we need 20 ammo total to combine 2 different gunpowders with to make 10 enhanced. I know that's a lot of numbers, but that's pretty much what we're going for here. So I played this enough to know that I can reload my 8 to 10. So I'll have 20 in reserve, and I'll have just the number I need to make the ammo. So I'm going to go ahead and reload. This part is a relatively new strat. We're going to run in and shoot, and then go back, pick this up, and then insert the key, load that, and die. Yeah, sometimes that just happens. What you really want to happen there is you go fast enough to where the 4-legged molded doesn't hit you. So you like go into Dan theorized the strat, and we worked on it a little bit, and it's pretty consistent, I would say. Like, it usually works out nicely. But the thing about Madhouse is strats like that save you know, a few extra seconds. It's not like it's just free. Oh, you just do the strat and you just save time. It's like you do the strat and you hope to God you don't get, you know, screwed over. So we'll do this whole section again, which is fine. I'll do it fast this time without talking about it. But yeah, sometimes that just happens with like the best strats, you know, which I'm both a little embarrassed and also a little grateful that it happened. But I need to show these sections multiple times anyway, so it's whatever. I've had plenty of runs die to that same sort of thing. Just hug the right side here. You see how he doesn't even mess with us? They tend to back up when you run toward them like that. But yeah, I'll just do this whole section in normal speed until we get back to the engine room. So tag this. Tag this. I want to shoot this. Move our cursor. Pick this up. But yeah, just be careful with reloading your ammo. Like you actually want the 20 in your reserve. I do not want to reload right now. It actually screwed me up. So walk in this room a little bit, shoot, go back left, pick this up, insert the key. You see we actually had more health there though, so we were able to survive that. Now shoot this box and then pick up both of these. Reload your regular, reload your 2 enhance, and then heal. You don't have to heal there, but I was a little low, so. This is where you want, before you do the Jack 2 fight, you want to make sure your enhanced ammo is reloaded and ready to go. Okay, some options you have here. If you're really critical and you don't have a heal on you already, you can actually run over here, grab that heal, and then you can animation cancel the heal and then interact with this. You can animation cancel heals and reloads, by the way, and steroids and stabilizers. I haven't really covered that yet, but I will eventually. But yeah, and then you get here and just interact with that. And I will probably make a save file. I want to show Jack multiple times. Let me think about this. It's gonna be kind of hard. I think I know what I'll do though. Yeah, I know what I'll do. I'll show one now, and then I'll just loop the video and go through it multiple times from the checkpoint. But yeah, let me show him first. Let's show this real fast. Okay, so this second picture here on the top right, I have labeled Jack 2. So you can see how our inventory looks now versus how we want it to look in the fight. So we'll eventually pick up the saw, which doesn't matter, but the knife and the scorpion key don't move. I just keep them where they are. The lockpick though, and the dog head and the pendulum and all this other stuff, like this is what matters. This is the sort of ideal positioning that I found works really nicely. If you have a med pack or you have extra regular ammo, put them in this bottom slot, this bottom third slot here, which actually works out nicely. But yeah, this is how I want to get my inventory before the fight's over. So you have those free windows I was talking about to move your inventory around while you're waiting on him to get his weapon and stuff. So this is kind of what you want it to look like. So let's hide that. So let's go and do the fight. And I'll show it multiple times. I'll just clip out the extra stuff. Alright, so first things first, I sort of sprint toward that beam right there to my right. And I turn around and I shoot him in the face. And then I shoot him in his weak spot. I was kind of quick firing there, which like I said, I'll kind of go over that later. Now let's see if I can get our inventory where we want it here. Okay, I'm gonna pick this up. Now we're gonna crouch under his first attack, stand up and thrust his face with L1, R1. And then we're gonna follow his head up here as he's standing up. And then we're gonna line up with his body while standing and just do a thrust attack. Just hold it there. And then I'll give you the 1 cycle. And then come over here. Check your inventory real fast. And just be spamming X. Now, if you don't have... I have 0D, which I don't think I covered that either. Hey, let me talk about 0D real fast before I start the fight over. 0D makes it to where... So, when you kill him, like...
favor and stay
the top portion of his body explodes and his legs are just there, and they stand up and start walking a little bit and they topple over. The 0D, which is like the Japanese censored version, keeps that from happening, so you effectively save time for buying that version of the game, which I think you save about 25 seconds total for a few different changes in the censored version. So if you don't have the censored version, you're actually going to have extra time here, quote unquote extra time, to make sure your menuing is in order. So you can see, let's pull up our notes here. They match exactly, which is what I was wanting, obviously. What this is going to allow you to do is, and also you want your cursor here, by the way, because this, the next insert we are going to, the next item we're going to use is our lockpick on a box coming up in like 30 seconds. So yeah, this is your ideal situation. Like I said, if you have any extra items, ammo, strong med pack, regular med pack, put it here in this slot and everything will work out fine. But yeah, this is what you want it to look like though, with your cursor. But yeah, I'm gonna show the Jack fight again. Okay, so round 2, got our enhance loaded. Actually ended up with an extra med pack here too, which I can show for the menuing at least. Alright, so run towards this rusty right beam here, turn around, with your headshots. Reload. Reload again. I'm gonna have to hold off on the menuing and try and do it after the fight's kind of over. I have a little time to waste, so should be okay. Follow his head up. Yeah, you can kind of like use this window to do menuing, and then you can use the small window at the end of the fight too. You have to patch things up. So we need to move our like lockpick, I think, maybe, or something. Oh, we need to move this, like, yeah, that's perfect. See, we still had time. We wasted 0 seconds there. So I'll be back in just a second. Alright, round 3. I ended up with extra ammo this time instead of a med pack, so nice to get variations. I'll try and talk through this, so just try and sprint to the right, towards the rusty beam. Get your enhance ready to go. His headshots are kind of hard to hit sometimes, like so. Case in point, you fucking lunatic. If you miss some shots, make sure you reload, so you can get 6 shots off for that stand-up portion. Okay, there we get all the menuing done. Like those 6 shots, I mean, you can do it with 5. It's just really nice to get the 6 shots in. Like, you're basically like hitting his weak spot that opens up like that big wound looking thing, that shit right there. And then if you can't hit that, try and hit his head with your 6 shots. So it's 4 shots to stagger, and then 6 follow-up shots, so a total of 10, so 1 clip's worth, which is nice. But if you miss some, then you want to basically reload while he's on the ground and then count your shots. So if you've already shot him like twice for some reason and you missed one or whatever, like go ahead and reload then before he stands back up and get the additional 4 off to get a total of 6 follow-up shots, if that makes sense. That's really important. Like I said, you can do it with a total of 5, but yeah. Okay, so that's enough Jack 3, I believe. I should have probably shown the alternative versions of the machine room, the easier versions, but yeah. I just did. There's too much to think about. Okay, here, just sort of interact with this little shutter thing. You have an option here. You can get the extra shotgun shells while you're waiting for this box to open, or you can choose to just leave them. What I'm going to do is actually get them. So insert this, run around here, spam X for the awkward interaction with that, then get these. So that's extra 2 shotgun shells that you're pretty much just going to be using for Marge 2, which is really important to have as much ammo as you can for her. She's incredibly difficult. You want as many shotgun shells, flame rounds, and enhanced ammo as you can get your hands on for her. Okay, so we go this way. All we're really going here for is, we got to get 2 dog heads, the shotgun, and a few more shells. So here, when you interact, you want to do X, left X, and then move your cursor to the pendulum. So we'll go here, grab this, get the shotgun, close this door on the way past, and you can do, like, this is optional, but I'm gonna do a quick turn grab and turn it left, hit X twice, and then just go on my way. All these quick turn grabs I'm doing and inserts, like, you can hold off on that. Learn how to do it. Don't necessarily do it though until later. Spam X for this, and then move your cursor to the bottom right. I didn't have to move that dog head there. I just had time, so I did it. It doesn't affect anything at all though. You basically just want your cursor in the bottom right in this instance, because the dog head's gonna be, the lineup's gonna be the same regardless, so. Okay, here we want to spam X on the door. You can see when it pops up again, and then we move our cursor to this middle right slot. This will allow us to use our repair kit. So wrap around here. You basically want to pick this up in repair kit and then the solid fuel in that order. I'll open up your menu, hit X, X, left, X. So that's select item, combine, and then pick the item you want to combine to. Then after you combine, move your cursor to the scorpion key, and then tab over and make your flame rounds, exit out, do a quick turn. And if you watch my PB video, you'll see that all in one sort of relatively fluid motion. Here, the clean, it's really hard for me to do, but you basically want to like go into the like trigger point and then back up just a little bit, and then the phone rings and you're able to sprint straight again. But I'm gonna try it. Let's see if we can do it. Yeah, see, I had too much momentum there. I don't know how to stop it, but basically you want to move a little bit into the trailer, move back, trigger the phone to ring, and then go in, and then you pick up the grenade launcher and then answer the phone.
Yeah, well, listen to me, Ethan.
But yeah,
They'll be looking for you.
okay, the phone call is finishing up. So when you hang up with her, you want to go straight to your chest, and you can just interact like this if you want, but I like to do like a sort of quick turn grab on that because I'm obsessed with quick turns. All you're trying to do here, which I can show you real quick on the notes, if you look at the bottom left, the trailer one, that's what I want my inventory roughly to look like, which mine's going to be a little different because I have the extra ammo, which this is something I think I mentioned before, but the thing about Madhouse is, well, no, I actually didn't mention this. The thing about Madhouse though is you're picking up so many items, and there's so much randomness to some of the items that you do pick up, like be it drops in boxes, drops in cabinets, different things like that. Some of those are random. So depending on what you get, you might have to change your inventory up a bit or put your cursor in a slightly different spot or something. So with the inventory as it is on my Word doc there, I don't have the extra ammo. So what the next item I pick up is going to be regular ammo. So those 5 bullets are going to go into the first free slot, which is right above where my green box is. The next item we pick up is the statue that the shadow puzzle statue. So that's where I want my cursor to be. So that's why it's in slot 2. So the way my inventory is here in the game though, like I said, is where we want to actually have our cursor in the first slot, because the ammo that we pick up is going to go here. Since we already have 9 bullets, like I said, you can stack. So real quick, you can stack flame rounds and newer rounds to 5, regular ammo to 30, shotgun shells to 20, and enhanced ammo to 20. So keep that in mind. So we know the 5 is going to stack with the 9 here, and then we're just able to keep our cursor here. So again, let's try this. We're gonna quick turn grab insert, put this up, put the knife up, and then move our cursor down 1 in this instance. If you don't have the bullets here, then you would move to slot 2. So I'm gonna go ahead and make a quick save file though. Let's pick up all these tapes. Yeah, we'll stay in slot 1 for this one. Okay, we'll save over this and then show this section maybe a few times. Okay, so yeah, that's what our inventory looks like currently. So we're gonna run here. I'm always sort of like, you'll see me switching weapons a lot, and that's not for show. I'm basically a little OCD, but mostly just checking my ammo situation. Is that you can make decisions based off that once you get familiar with the run. Okay, so here I'm going to aim my shot in a way that hits both nests at the same time. Just keep in mind that when you shoot, you don't want your shot to be blocked by objects on the screen. So we're gonna shoot about here-ish, basically. That is very, very forgiving because the blast radius on this thing is monstrous. So it's pretty lenient on where you can hit there. And I do a quick, like I said, you don't have to do these quick turn grabs, but any item I pick up, most of the time, I'm gonna be quick turn grabbing it if I can, just for those small time saves. This is a more advanced strat I'm about to do, but basically I'm gonna move back like this, just far enough to where I don't get hit with it, but I can use a flame round on these spiders to clear them off the door, and then I can immediately use it. Alternatively, what you can do is interact with this door first. So she'll do the same little cutscene she just did, and the spiders will spawn on this door, and then this door will be clean. So you would go there first, and then come here, and you'd be able to go through cleanly. But with using this door, we'll just back up a little bit and then shoot the flame round and then go through. The thing is, with me waiting that long, she might be in a weird spot now. Trying to explain stuff, yeah. Okay, I'm gonna have to retry. Hopefully that's not getting too confusing. I'm like showing one strat but doing another kind of thing. But I'll just do it again real fast because I should have paused it while I was doing all that. So pretend we just put in our key and our knife into our box, and then we have our cursor in the first slot. But yeah, I'll show that in one fluid motion, I guess. But yeah, you can just go to the far door and then just save your flame round and then just walk through the other one if you want. Well, let's see. Just look roughly where I'm shooting this. It's, like I said, it's really lenient. And then keep your your grenade launcher out here. But yeah, you can just do this if you want. You can just grab it and then quick turn like that instead of doing it all at once. I can't emphasize this enough. Like learn how to do all these strats, but just add them as you go, as you feel comfortable with them. Let's start off really peachy. Okay, so what we're gonna do here is sprint backwards a little bit, turn and shoot, reload. Open up this cabinet, the solid fuel, and go here. I'm gonna kind of go towards the right door here. Open up this trash can, pick up whatever's in there, open that door. Go here and pick up the backpack. And then I intentionally did that slow just to show you. You can just pick it up and then turn if you want. Pick up chem fluid, herb, flame round, and then you can spam X if you did your inventory right and you have your cursor in the right spot. This part I basically just, I'm going to show it again. Basically just hold up and left, maybe about 40-degree angle on both sticks to the up left direction at the same time, and then it usually works out nicely. That might be a little extreme, maybe even 45-degree. I hold them together, and then once you see it roughly lined up, you don't have to get it exact or even super close. It'll adjust it for you. Although the closer you do get it, like this is like high-end stuff, like if you get it just right, I mean it's gonna be just marginally faster, which is nice. No pun intended there.
Fuck.
Marginally.
Jesus, fuck.
Not much to explain on this part. I hope you don't get too hungry. Okay, we're gonna get a solid fuel here. So I turn right and look down, grab the solid fuel, and then I turn backwards. And then this part, as you're turning the corner here, just shoot that box, but don't actually pick up the item yet. Just get in the habit of not, like, shoot the box, but don't pick it up. Just like get in that good habit. Okay, so I'm gonna do a quick turn grab on this, and then I'm gonna reload to enhanced intentionally here. So that way we have shotgun shells ready to go, flame rounds ready to go, and enhanced ammo ready to go. And here you can kind of sprint. I'll pick up these on the way back through, and what that does in the instance that your bullets aren't stacking and they're going into a new slot, it keeps your cursor in the right spot for your items, which is nice. Now we picked up the chem fluid and the herb, so I'm gonna do triangle, R1, X, circle, in that order to make the med pack real fast. So just get familiar with like combinations like that. You'll make a decent amount of med packs in this run. As we're walking through here, open up this drawer, pick up this chem fluid. Now here I'm gonna I'm gonna turn towards this cabinet here and shoot that like so. Close this door, and I'm gonna try my best to interact with this before they hit me. No, they hit me. Just keep trying it. You can keep blocking to cancel the animation. This part is very scary. I lost 10 seconds of my PB on this because the bugs just screwed me over. Like they're insane. There are different variations of how you can handle this though. I mean, feel free to use a flame round on those bugs or shoot them with your shotgun or pistol or whatever. I'm just trying to conserve ammo so I can have it all for Marge too. It's one of those situations where, like, I'm conserving ammo and also hoping for the best, and the best doesn't always happen. Sometimes you just lose time. Like, I would much rather have had those 10 seconds of my PB, but nothing I could do with my strap. Okay, so this one, like I said, make sure you have enhanced loaded, your shotgun loaded, and your flame round loaded. Like, you're gonna need all three. So we're gonna do flame rounds first, double shotgun, so I'll turn enhance and pop her twice. So boom, 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 boom. Okay. Okay, so the top rung of the ladder you want to be aiming above at all times, and then there's a little slot in between two boards. You can kind of see where Marge is. That's the general area which I'm aiming after so like the flame shot and the shotgun shells aren't that important. Like, I mean, hit her obviously, but the ones you need to be careful with aiming, I feel like, are the enhanced ammo shots. So just make sure you're above the top rung and you're aiming relatively close to that slit in between the two boards. And take advantage, if you're too slow there, you can sort of take advantage and shoot her arm as she's holding it out, or look for her head or whatever. Okay, this part, you have some options here. The lantern skip, there's many renditions of it. So what I'm probably going to do is only show you the easy one. And this version of it specifically was kind of found by Dan, as he did a different order of things. So what I'm going to do is, after I get up top on this ladder, instead of going straight to the door, I'm actually going to go here, and I'm going to look up, and there's a white spot right there on my reticle, and then there's a white spot here on my reticle, and then there's this break in the board right here that I'm tracing. I basically get relatively, it doesn't have to be precise, but underneath this for like, and stare up at it for about 2 seconds, and then I go to the crow key door. So insert your crow key. If you're counting your ammo right and you know you can reload, go ahead and reload then. And then interact with this. While this is happening, you can make your enhanced ammo and then make your flame rounds. I do like a quick turn read on that. And then get this phone call. I'm gonna skip this. Okay. So, did the call. Just run down here. Go ahead and move this. I can drop down. That's another, if you do the skip like I did, you have like a couple of seconds there to spare. So reload your guns.
Well, that's special.
And you can see my health is low here, but I'm not healing. I'm doing it intentionally because you can RNG manip drops based on, like, I swear, the more heals you have, the better your chances are of getting like ammo and stuff. So I'm intentionally not using that heal quite yet until I shoot the boxes at the beginning of the fight. I'm gonna go ahead and make a save file. You wouldn't normally come this way. I hope that's obvious. But yeah, March 2 is one there. We have to spend quite a bit of time, or yeah, just doing over and over. Okay, so let's save over this one. It's like normally if you didn't save and you tried to retry, you would go all the way back to like the beginning of the house, the main house at the dinner scene kind of thing. So this makes it where my retries just spawn me right there at the trailer. Alright, so yeah, you would normally come out of the ladder, or off the ladder, and you come here. And I'm gonna actually pick up an herb. I'm gonna pick up the gunpowder and the chem fluid, and I'm gonna make another med pack. This is for RNG manip. I actually have 2 med packs on me, and I'm gonna come here and line up my shots on these boxes, and then pick up this ammo, and then reload to enhance, pop 1 heal before I'm dropping, and then swap to the grenade launcher. Here, I don't know specifics, I just kind of do it based on feel, but this is another part where I'll reference you to Yossi's guide as far as where she triggers. But I get kind of to the top of the stairs, and then I back up, shoot flame rounds, shoot shotgun shells, and then I try and quick fire, and then I reload the G17, reload the flame round, pop her once in the face, reload my shotgun shell as I'm walking, shoot her in the critical spot, shoot a flame round, pull backwards, reload both weapons. Here, shooter, enhanced about 5 shots. I missed one, but it's fine. And then get over here, get everything reloaded. You can combine this, combine that, and then shoot her twice. And do a flame round. Shotgun. Let her grow up a little bit. And then pop her a bunch with this. Okay, and then run up this way. Shoot her with the flame round, reload the flame round. Quick fire. This is a really odd fight, but I'm just trying to see if I can actually kill her. Yeah, I did actually kill her. And then we're gonna run through and grab this solid fuel. I'm gonna go this route to grab the strong chem fluid, grab ammo, drop down here, reload my shotgun, shoot this box,
Say that, okay?
reload this, Grab all this, get the separating agent, get to her, grab the lamp. And this part I'm going to show before I get there what my inventory I kind of want it to look like. It's the bottom right one here. You can see how crazy it is. The yellow ones, I think, or to me, are important to go in those slots, and then the green one is important, and that's also where your cursor goes. So I already have my, I think I have my crank up top already from earlier, which is nice. And then the blue ones they don't necessarily have to be those specific items, but I just kind of push everything up to the top right and leave the bottom left opened up with empty slots / items I'm going to be using soon. And then the enhanced ammo you see there with the red dot is kind of an one that's going to change. Like it's just an important one to, like, if you have a bunch of enhanced ammo left over, then you don't have to pick up regular ammo. And it's also, am I going to be able to reload it into my clip? Or it's just one of those that you can put it there if you want, but it's not important as much as the other ones, just pushing everything up top and right as best you can, like I have shown there. But yeah, if you wanted the shotgun shells where the regular ammo was, vice versa, or the flame rounds where the fuel cell was, like, that doesn't matter. And also, this is all optional anyway. This is just how I try and get it done, but it doesn't always work out that well. So anyway, let's see what we can get as far as, I'm trying to pick up all the items, but my main objective here to do as fast as possible is to get to her as her lantern's dropping, and then get to this gate to make it go as fast as possible. So once we get here, we're going to make ammo. We're going to combine this with this to make flame rounds. We're going to move this here, this here, this here, this here, this here, and we're done. And then you don't have to open this drawer to get that, but I'm going to go ahead. So now we're going to reload our enhance to get it out of our slot to make more space. And I'm going to stop here for a second. So this is pretty much everything reloaded as we want it. And now you can see exactly what our inventory looks like, which is almost identical to what I just showed. It's just, that's why I put the red dot on the enhance, because it's one of those situations where, in this case, it actually went back to my, or in my, it's right here in my clip. So I was able to pull it out of my inventory. But these two I feel like are important here. And then this one's just way out of the way, which is nice, because you don't have to use this anytime soon. You don't have to use this anytime soon. And these items here are all ones that could potentially go out of the way depending on how much ammo you have to use for the next section, but more than likely they'll all stay where they are as well. So that way you just have like these few slots here to worry about moving around in, which is really nice. But this is what we want it to look like. Cursor where it is, and inventory like it is. It's pretty much perfect for the way I like to do it. But let's try Marge a couple more times. I was trying to talk through the fight, but it's, ugh. Like, I do a fairly specific number of shots on her in certain phases. The reason being is you want to do a lot of damage, but you don't want to do too much. Like, if you do too much, it'll push her into her next, it'll like discourage her from spawning where you want her to spawn, kind of thing. Like, for instance, whenever I did the opening rotation, she spawns, I meant to shoot the boxes after there, by the way. I did that wrong. But for instance, I'm going to walk you through this real fast. So when I do the opening combo, I'll do flame round, shotgun, and alt and enhance, right? And then I'll come back down here, and while I'm reloading, I'll be looking down, and she'll spawn here, right? Whenever she spawns here the first time, if I do too much damage to her before she goes away again, and then I go over here and I'm doing all this, she won't spawn back above me. She'll skip that phase, which is bad, and she'll end up going like over there or come back to this window or go into the roof somewhere, and you don't want that. So you have to, it's a fine balance of blast her away, but don't, you like, count your shots a little bit on certain parts to not do too much damage. So that's why I do, at this part, I do one enhanced, and then I reload my shotgun and pick this up. pop her twice, and do a flame round. I'm basically like hitting her and the cabinet with the flame round. So I shoot roughly in this area right here to do that. And then as I'm walking away, I'm reloading the flame round, reloading the shotgun. I shoot her twice. And then this part I do about around 5 shots enhanced while she's getting away. And while she's getting away, I'm shooting her with those 5, and I'm also making my way over here. So I can pick this up, and those spiders will be gone from that flame round we shot too. And then I'm just getting everything sorted at this point. I'm reloading guns, and I'm making enhanced rounds, and I'm making flame rounds and all that stuff. So anyway, this is about where our cursor will be normally. So let's go ahead and try the fight again. So flame round, shotgun, and obviously try and hit her in the face here too. Okay, reload as we're walking down. Pop her 1 time to aggro, reload your shotgun. Shoot her in the veg. Flame round to get the cabinet taken care of. Reload our shotgun. 1, 2, and then 5 shots of your enhance. And go and reload that. You can do more. I think you can do like 6 or 7 safely, but I don't like to cut it too close. Make enhance, make flame rounds, boom boom. I'm kind of changing this up a little bit. I have a tendency to do that in fights in general, but not enough to hopefully affect too much. 2 shotgun. Let her climb up. This is actually a really good situation. This part you can do as much damage as you want though. You actually want to do a bunch of extra. It's good. Then I'll push her to the spawn over here. And she's dead. Okay, now while she's dying, we're gonna go over here and pick this up. We're gonna do the same rotation. Go through here. Pick that up. Get that. I have a lot of regular ammo left, so that could be bad actually. Now we're gonna come back up here. Now you have 2 cabinets you can get solid fuel from, but I really, with this route, I only pick up 1. So pick that up, and you can actually go this way and drop down here if you want. And let's see if we can get our inventory situated before the gate opens. It's really hard, but we're gonna try. No, see, like not even close. And then this drawer is optional. So you can see there's a lot. See, okay, this is actually not too bad. It was a little slow, but as far as the positioning, like this and this don't matter, because if you look at our ammo, we're able to, while we're walking, we can reload this. So the enhance is now gone, and then for the regular, we can just shoot off 6 shots as we can do all this while we're running, and then reload. And so what that does for free is free up 2 slots for us, and we can still have our cursor here, if that makes sense. So it actually wasn't that bad. And then all this we can reload for free as well while we're running. And then this is our ideal situation. So yeah. Yeah, just like getting familiar with how much damage roughly you're doing to your counting your shots and getting in a rhythm is really important with this fight. You can see we did enough damage there to where like pushed her to that spawn away from us, which is fine. It's just part of the randomness. You just have to listen closely, like get headphones on and turn them up really high so you can listen to about where she's spawning. Okay, so this time we're actually gonna do like it did the first time and not shoot the boxes yet, but first get the herb, the gunpowder, and this, combine it, and then shoot the boxes for RNG minute. Then reload to enhance. Go ahead and heal, slot to your flame round, and I want to try the best I can to do this fight properly. So flame round, shotgun, try and quick fire, which is basically like firing as fast as you can and then alternating ADSing and not ADSing. Pop her once, reload your shotgun, pop her in her butt badge, do a flame round to hit her and the cabinet there. Reload your shotgun next, do 2 shots, Do about 5, 2, 3, 4, 5. Reload that. Mike can get away with 6 there, which should actually be a lot cleaner. And then we make our enhance, make our flame rounds, shotgun, flame round. Like I said, this part I change up a little bit, but it's usually around the same number of shots. And I kind of shoot her and I get away from her a little bit. I think that's the important part there, to make sure she goes where you want her. And then I'm gonna try and beat her to the punch here if I can. That attack is actually really scary, what she does. And she's already dead. Okay, so in this situation, we have plenty of regular ammo. I'm gonna opt to not pick up, like, so much stuff this time.
Just fucking stay
And
down,
we have
okay?
a good number of shotgun shells. So the main thing here is, like, pick up what you need, what you feel you'll be useful, and then when you come back up, like, I'm trying to go in a route such that it's relatively fast, but I still get a lot of ammo, but I'm not wasting too much time. You got to find a balance here, because you want to get to her when she's dropping the lantern as soon as possible. The sooner the better and the faster, so. And then the reason we get the strong chem fluid there is to combine with the separating agent to make the strong med pack is to combine with the separating agent, because you combine these two like so to make a strong chem fluid, and then you can use one of your solid fuels like so to make that. But yeah, normally you wouldn't do it there. You just want to get here as soon as possible to this gate, and then you would go through and do all that stuff. Just like that. Perfect. And again, some of these drawers are optional, so I want to shoot off one enhanced to make room. And then you can just kind of reload as you're going for free. But I'll show my inventory real fast what it looks like. I mean, it's the same as before. This is slightly out of position, but it's like, it's not, you don't have to be perfect with it. Like, it's just, you in general want these bottom left slots opened up. They can do what you need. I'll show the March fight one more time though. One, because it's fun, and two, because it's hard and it needs to be shown a bunch, because there's a lot of things that can happen here. That'll just take a lot of practice. Like I said, it is fun though, so hopefully if you practice it, you'll enjoy it as much as I do. I could practice her for hours. This is, again, one of those situations where feel free to, you know, try and change the fight up a bit. Try and improve it. Or if you don't improve it, at least, like, make it more comfortable for you. This is how I do it, though. Quick firing is really hard for me. I'm not very good at it. Some days I hit it nicely, other days I don't. Reload a shotgun. But I'm like animation canceling the reload, by the way, with a block. It's like, you can see my shotgun here, I'm gonna block right when it says 2 in order to shoot faster. Yeah, like, start reloading before you pick up stuff too. It helps out, just like better time management. And after you do these 2 shots, back up a little bit for me to make her climb. That's something I only recently figured out. And I decided, instead of beating her to the punch here, to Oh wait, I can sniper here. Yeah, I'm gonna try and hit that shot like so. I don't know if that actually damages her, quite honestly. I hope it does, because I do it all the time when I get a chance. And you can shoot her here, and then I try and hit her in her crit spot. And she's dead. And this situation, I might actually go here first. Wait, I already picked up all that, never mind. Actually, we can just do it like this. I want to get everything in position early now, if I can.
Just fucking stay dead, okay?
And then as I run through here, I can finish getting everything. I don't need a regular ammo at all. I just picked up more though. Okay, let's see if we can get everything done here though. So this, 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 this. Perfect. I want to skip that drawer. So this is a situation where I just get everything reloaded. It'll tidy everything up. And then I'm going to stop here just to show you what it looks like. And then I'm going to, as I'm running, I'm just going to shoot off 15 shots basically. Just to make room. I mean, you would think like, why waste all this ammo, but you actually need space for stuff. So, and now this is what inventory looks like. Perfect. But yeah, that's enough Marge 2. No, like I said, do all the shooting off of ammo as you're running, not while you're standing still like that. And this part's kind of cool actually, with if you do your menu right, like you don't have to really move your cursor much at all until a little bit later. If it does depend though on your med pack usage. Like the reason you want a med pack here is in case the 2 moldeds coming up hit you. But I'm gonna clip this here real fast. You have like, okay, once I insert this lantern, you have like several seconds that you can use if you need to move stuff around, but make sure your cursor stays here because you're either gonna need it here or here for your next use. So, but yeah, let me go ahead and cut it here and start again. Okay, yeah, so we come up to this and just, you know, you sort of use his momentum to insert this item so you don't end up throwing your cursor up. So just kind of know about where it is and spam X. And then we'll actually keep our cursor right where it is, which is really nice. And then we run here. This part's a little weird if you're not familiar with this area. You gotta get a lockpick here. And so basically from the door, you can see there's like 3 sort of ooze or whatever molded coming down. It's like 3 spikes of it. Look between the first and second one here, and there's a lockpick right there. So you basically like go through this room, look up, tag that, and then go about your way. The lockpick's actually really important. All the lockpicks are in this run. One of them will unlock 15 enhanced bullets. One of them unlocks 3 flame rounds, and one of them unlocks 2 strong chem fluids. So all very, very valuable stuff. So don't miss any. And just spam X for that. I'm trying to think of what's coming up now. There's a few important shots you have to hit with your shotgun, I guess, but otherwise it's not too much happening for a bit. You kind of just are hoping for the best, really. Like this part, you just kind of squeeze to the left and then just reverse path through this part. And if they do hit you, it's actually kind of nice because you get the heal out of your inventory, which you want early on. But he didn't hit me. I want to still use the heal anyway though, just to get it, to make the space. So I think in this case we're gonna have to move our cursor left one, I believe, since we did use the heal. Like I said, it's nice though because you have like all of the empty space in your bottom left of your bag, so it's not, if you are in the wrong slot, it's not hard to like move it over pretty much just a 1 slot. Okay, this part, all you have to do is just touch the corner of the trailer roughly, Like just touch about here and turn and go towards the house. And you can see my phone icon popped up to know that it triggered. You don't actually have to go in there and answer the phone or anything. And you're gonna go left here. I think I'll make a save file for this part. Yeah, I'll make a save file just in case here. So we'll put this up, one of these up. And then we'll do this. So. And which one are we gonna save over? Is this one? Okay. Alright, so our cursor would have been here normally. And then we wouldn't have gone there, we're just gone straight downstairs like this. And your shotgun's gonna be what you need next. So when you open up this next door, you're actually able to spend a little bit of time for free moving your cursor or whatever, since the door takes a bit to open. So I get up to it and spam X to open it, and then you can move your cursor to the first empty slot, which I'm gonna move up one there. This part, kind of like run down the middle and then veer right and aim toward him and pop him once. You don't have to kill him, just knock him out of your way. Reload your shotgun, only pick up the key here. If you don't have 0D, you're gonna have to reach into his throat to get that. And so your cursor should be exactly where you need it here. So just spam X on this. And then here you can pick up the extra enhanced ammo and immediately reload it. Like so. And then go back to your regular ammo just to get it out of your inventory. Switch to your shotgun, try and pop him in the face. We're actually kind of low on shells, but it should be fine. There's some extras here and there we can pick up. This part's kind of hard. You want to like pop him to stagger him and then use your shotgun to hit this shot. Can't really explain how to hit those shots other than just practice them. If you don't want to go that way, you can actually go to the left stairs too, it's fine. Not the worst thing. Like you can just like use your shotgun on the left one or your pistol and do like you just did, and then you can just go up the left stairs and avoid the one on the right altogether. Okay, so here, the cool thing about shadow puzzles is you can actually practice them pretty easily. Because you can go ahead and turn it as you want and get it in place and like, okay, that's gonna work, and then cancel out of it and you can insert it again and you can just keep practicing. So you want to hold up on your right stick, tilt your right stick slightly right to get that a little bit better line, and then on your left stick hold right to get it about there. So all in one fluid motion. You go up, tilt right a little bit, go right on our left stick, boom. And then here you want to just move up just a little bit. This takes a minute to pop up. Okay, I didn't move close enough actually. So yeah, move a little closer than I did there. Make sure you can grab it. And now we're going to, this is the part where you don't have to worry about inventory as much as far as like space, as we'll finally have okay, so I basically want to use your momentum, insert the key. After you insert the key, you have to keep in mind like the next pickups you have are a lockpick, which will go here. You have gunpowder, which will go here. And you have enhanced ammo, which will go to the next slot down after you get the backpack to open up a new row of space. So after I insert this key, what I'm actually going to do is move my blue key card here. That way it'll be right next to my red key card that I'm going to pick up. It'll make sense in just a second. So we do this, then we go here like that. And then the order we pick up things, you'll see how cleanly it positions everything. You can just open that book through the door there, so you can turn it really easily and just double tap X. Here, just drop down. Okay, I'm going to show you where some regular ammo is here, but I have 30 extra, so there's no way in hell I'm going to grab any more. But if you're really low on it, you can turn right here, and there's some packed away in this little corner here. But what I'm gonna do is just go this way. I'm gonna open the cabinet, grab the gunpowder, grab the enhance, and grab the key card. Now you can see why we positioned the blue key card as we did. Now when we insert it in the door going towards Lucas, they're right next to each other, which is really nice. Here, there's some shotgun shells tucked away, which I'm actually gonna grab because I'm low as hell on shotgun shells. I usually want like 8 to 10 at this point. I have like, even with the pickup, I only have 6, so went ahead and that's the cool thing about this run too, though, is like you'll have moments where you're really low on ammo, but there's like lots of places to pick them up. Okay, this part. You want your shotgun out? Basically, you're gonna do one shot on the first one, second shot on the second one, and then try and reload it and get to the key cards. And when you insert the key card, you'll spam for the blue and then hit X again, down X, and it should be on the red one. So let's see how this works. If you do it well enough on the shots and the 4-legged moldeds, they don't really mess with you, but if you miss your shots, then it can get pretty hairy. You don't have to kill them like I just did, which I had 2 good shots, but and then you can spam X on the left one and then X down X and then move your cursor to the key. And here this ammo here is like free to pick up, so I'm gonna go ahead and grab it. And I'm gonna skip all this TV stuff for you. Okay, the TV just blew up. I just skipped all that crap for you. Here, I kind of like line up my reticle at like this part of the door right above the handle, that bottom part of the white, and I just slightly turn right here, and then as the door's opening, I blind fire these 2 shots. You can kind of aim for the mannequin on that one, and then this one's just right here, so pick up the herb as you're going past and slip past this tripwire here. You can see the bottom right there. And if you want extra ammo, there's 5 there. At this point, I don't need any. Here, there's another tripwire right here. What I do is crouch under it, and as I'm crouched down, I shoot underneath to pop that one. You can grab the shotgun shell or fail miserably. And then there's a tripwire right here too. So be careful. Just move to the left of it like so. Pick this up. Gunpowder. Pop that open. Reload. Okay, this part I'm gonna do a block. As soon as I hear the click, I'm gonna block. So go to the far right of the threshold, and then just you kind of turn a little bit and block that.
I know. Fucking password, right?
Now this part, I moved my cursor early on my key, so what you're gonna want to put away here is key. So both your keys, crank and the arm, and then just like pick up stuff and move your cursor. You have a lot of time here to waste, so we're gonna do herb, and we're gonna do key, arm, crank, move our cursor on the lockpick there, pick up the shotgun shells, like so, and that's pretty much. You can do. It's like you can see how much time we had there. Pick up this chem fluid, use it to combine with one of the herbs. You know, pick up another chem fluid soon. This shot you want to hit about right between the first and second bar there. I would slow down to show it, but I have a molded behind me, so I'll try and knock this one back or kill him. Pick up the neuron, pick up the chem fluid here. Go ahead and reload your shotgun. And I would say get out your grenade launcher so you can reload your neuron in a second. You should be able to spam for this one, and then you can make both med packs and then put your cursor on the first empty slot. Now reload to neuro rounds. Make sure your shotgun's good. Okay, swap to your pistol now. This part, I'm gonna show the advanced strat. Go ahead and pop that one open if you want to, that's optional, but you're gonna wanna quick turn grab this, and then quick turn insert, and then we're gonna pick up stuff after the fact. So quick turn insert. Oh, I moved my cursor at the last second. So we actually have time here to go upstairs while they're coming down. Pop this. Reload to enhance now. Pick up the supplements. Swap to your neuro rounds. Get around this corner here. We're gonna neuro, shotgun, and I'm gonna alternate these now.
Fuck you too.
and I miss miserably. Wow, that was awful. Yeah, that was probably the worst fight I've ever done in my life on that. Alright, make your enhanced ammo, put this up here, put this here. And basically all I'm trying to do here is like get everything reloaded, but mainly just like position your stuff in a way that you can menu like this, like a snake, just like go through like this in that order, and like you don't waste any movements. And then you want, I like my lockpick to be the first thing I put in, so it's closer to my crank for better menuing later. But yeah, you have time to do all that easily. I just was slow about it, trying to show. I'm gonna go ahead and use one heal here because I'm really low, because that totally butchered that fight. If I had more shotgun shells, I think I would have just used more, but I only have like what, 5 left, so I was trying to conserve them and I missed a bunch of shots. Okay, so when you get here, just spam. You just like double tap X on all of them, and then this part I use my analog stick to go to 1, 4, and then angle right down, and then go down to circle up 8, and then angle down right. It's just easier to do the angle movements with your analog stick, but feel free to use your D-pad there and not do the optimal movement. You can just go in like straight directions. You see I moved my cursor to the top left there? You can do it there or you can do it here, but either way, you just get your cursor to the candle. This part I kind of line up the stovetop, like the burner, like the top and bottom metal parts. I line those up and just get ready to spam. As soon as Lucas does his creepy laugh, that's when you start spamming.
I'm not sure anymore.
You can spam there and then look up a little bit. On the third click, and get ready and start spamming again. Now we just beeline for this little rope. And then while we're waiting on that, pull up your inventory and move your cursor down 1 slot. Here, just kind of spam X to get onto it. And you can go 5 ticks, either direction, up or down, doesn't matter. I'll even go up this time, just to show you. It's the same speed either way. Now pick up this, wrap tightly around here, and this is a interaction that you want to get pretty flush with to save a little extra time. That was a little far, but it was fine. And then this part, your cursor is going to move, but you actually, one of the rare times you want it to move, it actually benefits you there from holding down up instead of letting go and letting the momentum handle everything.
Motherfucker! You're supposed to die!
Okay, this part is another kind of, it's easy to do, it's just a little more advanced, like as far as it saves very little time, but it's kind of cool. You can move your cursor down to about row 4-ish early, and I'll show you something on cursor memory with the chest, which I meant to show earlier, but I didn't have to use a chest because that was on the 100% run. That's probably why I didn't show it. And then just start running as soon as that explodes. Pick that up. Okay, so this part with the cursor memory. So with our cursor the way it is, we just position it. We move left 1 and then we go up, and then we spam through all these items as fast as we can, all the way through the D series arm is the last thing we'll need. So you make sure you have D series arm, you just picked up the head, and you have the crank, and then obviously all your ammo and guns. And then instead of exiting now, hit right on your D-pad again and go ahead and menu over to your crank early. Because if you don't do that and you exit out, your cursor is going to go all the way to the top right, and then you have to menu like this. But if you have your cursor here, you do this, do all your menuing, yada yada yada, and then you go right all the way. Then when we have to do the insert here, we'll already be ready to go. You can just spam X for it. Well, if I didn't go too far right there. Okay, so I'm gonna make a save file for Jackie Boy so I can show this part a few times. Mostly I just want to show the fight a bunch, but I also want to show the part before it, honestly, too. You can see we're like exceptionally low on shotgun shells, but it is what it is. Hopefully we get some in the fight. But we're gonna have to use 2 more shells here, so I'm gonna end up with 3. Okay, so this guy, let him animate a little bit, and then when he like turns towards you, kinda just pop him in the face. You don't have to kill him, just hit him. But if you do kill him, it's fine too. But keep your shotgun out, make sure it's reloaded here. And this part, this four-legged will sort of back up a little bit usually. Okay, he didn't that time. I want to save my game though before I do any of this part. All right, so the save file's made. We'll go like we just entered the room. So, given that I don't have a lot of shotgun shells, as I enter, I'm gonna sort of shoot these boxes and then go over here and insert the lockpick. Since that takes a minute to, you know, go through the animation of unlocking. And we just picked up all the ammo there. Basically, the order was shoot the box. If you don't hit both of them, hit one of them. Put the lockpick in, turn towards the boxes, shoot the other one if you have to, pick up those items, pick up the gunpowder on the top shelf, and get your strong chem fluids, shotgun shells, and the ammo. Interact with Zoe.
Zoe?
Not now. We don't have
Now the order here is I'm going to turn around.
Do you have both ingredients?
And I'm going to shoot 2 boxes in Jack 3's arena, and then I'm going to turn back around,
Fast enough?
get my enhanced loaded up, flame rounds, make sure they're loaded,
Daddy's coming.
shotgun shells are good to go,
There's enough for 2.
make enhanced ammo, and I'm going to also, so I'm going to move this here,
So after we make the serum, what's
and then I'm
next?
going to make
There's a boat
neuro, make
outside.
flame,
We'll take it through the
and
swamp.
check everything.
But none of us will get very far.
Okay,
without
and then
the
have your
serum.
flame rounds ready to go, and then interact with her.
Hey, one of those is mine.
But I'll try and do Jack 3 a few times at least.
Get your ass back to the house. I will deal with you later.
Alright, this fight's pretty crazy. So I'm gonna flame round. I'm gonna trail his head and I'm gonna shoot him in the eye twice. Block. And I'm gonna shoot his arm like 5 times, then his face. And I'm gonna reload my shotgun. Reload my flame round, stand about here. Shoot his arm. I'm gonna reload to neuro rounds. Shoot his eye there.
This is getting old,
And
Jack.
this will give me time to run around this way, get what I need. And just reload as I'm running. Shoot underneath here. You can hear him braking there. Try and get a shot on his tail. I did. Just shoot his eyes as best you can. I want to shoot his tail with a narrow round if I can. Go back to flame round. Shoot underneath. Oh, I missed that shot because he jolted. Yeah, this is gonna take up many attempts. Okay, I broke him. Big thing here is just to keep track of the eyes. This fight is not going that well though, honestly. Alright, and then I just pick up what I can. Here, if you have a flame round, use it, but I don't have any left, so we're gonna do... Make sure your shots count here, like make sure you hit his eye, and block if you need to. I would say actually ADS for these shots. Make sure you actually hit them. I'm gonna end it completely, and then go and load the save file that I made instead of a retry. That way I can show you the menuing and stuff again. And then from that point, I'll just retry at the boss fight. But this menuing's kind of, it's a lot. It looks like a lot, but it's not too bad. You just have to keep in mind, like, do I want another heal? Do I need the box ammo? Like, I'm really low on shotgun shells. That's why I choose to shoot the boxes. And then there are 2 herbs and a chem fluid, so you can pick up an herb and a chem fluid if you need to. You can pick up one of these and then this chem fluid here if you want to make like an extra heal, which I have 2 at the moment. So we enter the room, we'll try and pop the box, which I missed famously, or not famously, just beautifully missed every shot. Okay, pick up that gunpowder, these, that.
Zoe?
And something else real quick while she's talking is, remember again, if you have 10 bullets and you combine it with gunpowder, it makes 5 enhanced. So if you have an instance where you have like,
If we make him fast enough, my father.
if you have like
Lucas out far
9
away.
bullets in your chamber or your clip, and then like 11, let's say 10 in your reserve, you don't want to reload if you know you're going to be making enhanced ammo in that instance. But I move my guns around here, so they're in a position I'm familiar with. But you can see you have a ton of time here to do what you need.
Hey, one of those is mine.
Get your ass back to the house. I will deal with
But yeah, this, if you've seen the 100% fight, this one's a little different. This one's not as efficient, but it's mostly because of the reload speed. It just makes it where the strat has, I mean, you can kind of do the same strat, but I feel like it's not as reliable with the slow reload. Reload to a narrow. Shoot that eye. So that way you're slowing him down and you're damaging him. And then drop. See, I did the timing on that a little different. Oh, see if I can, yeah, I can actually get that tail shot off now, which is nice. And then you can shoot this arm. This is actually really ideal now. Now I'm gonna slow him down again. Go back around this way. Don't forget about your enhanced ammo too. Enhanced ammo is actually really nice to finish them off. But yeah, I'll just retry the fight this time instead of all the menuing stuff. But yeah, just try and take your time on these shots and make them count. You actually want to hit his eye here. It takes like 2 shotgun shells and like 5 or 6 enhanced in that case. Get everything reloaded. Let's do the fight at least one more time though. I feel like there's a lot more variation in this one with the reload speed. But just keep track of his eyes. I think he has 8 eyes. Let me see. Tail, undertail, each side, each arm, back, face. Yeah, that's 8. Just keep track of which ones and how many you've blown up. It'll help you out a lot. Shoot this like 3 or 4 times and then shoot his face. You could even do this, actually. I'm gonna do a different variation here.
Point against me with my own blood.
Okay, I don't know how I got a neuro round loaded up there. But I'm gonna retry. I didn't mean to reload a neuro round. That threw off the whole fight. Let's try that again. I don't know what happened. This is a cool fight to practice though, because it's like the retries right here. That's not the case for other fights at all.
I will deal with you later.
Alright, so flame. I block. I disarm about 4 or 5 times. Reload shotgun. Flame round. Immediately reload to narrow now. Yeah, I really don't know how I did that early last time.
This is getting old, Jack.
I meant to reload flame there. Okay, my reloads are bad here, but should be fine. Get on this side of the board to shoot his arm. You should be able to, break his arm really fast there. Okay, go back to Nero again. That's that. There we go. And now we actually have flame rounds left too. You can see how like different that fight was, but it's just that's the general idea. Like that was actually a really good fight. Like my movement and the shots I got off. It's just I missed the shot on that high there. I'm missing all of my shots. The fight itself was good, like the main part of it, but that last section just then was horrible. I'll do it at least one more time.
Zoe, get your ass back to the house. I will deal with you later.
Now we get to do the boat. Yay! Hey, baby.
Bad enough. Take you off of me. Now you point against me.
Yeah, I knew the flame round, the dot damage was gonna finish him off there, so I just went in and walked early.
This is getting old, Jack.
How do I keep swapping to newer rounds, or I don't know how I'm doing that. It must just be like me thinking ahead in the fight. I'm not meaning to reload neuro.
Zoe, get your ass back to the house. I will deal with you later.
Alright, this will be a good one. I promise. No hiccups on the reload. Alright, so flame.
Bad enough. Take you off.
2, 3, 4.
Now you point against me.
Now reload to neuro. Go back to flame.
This is getting old, Jack.
Reload the shotgun. Now we actually have time to reload our gun, our handgun. We're basically shooting that under eye right there, by the way, if it's not obvious. And while he's transitioning, like, you're not gonna get a lot of eye breaks usually, but you're still doing some damage. up there. But make sure if you have flame rounds and stuff that you're reloaded with everything. Flame rounds are actually nice here, because like they do a lot of damage and they do damage over time. So like I can just kill them with like 2 shots here or something. Yeah, 3. And if you're low health, you don't actually need to heal here. Like your health goes back to full when you get control of Ethan later, so you can save your heals.
I've seen everything.
Normally I would say don't worry about it, but this category,
Ethan, this
heals
way.
are actually important. I ended up using like 15 heals in my PB. And here, just spam X.
Use the serum on him.
You want me to cure
As soon
him?
as Ethan tries to start saying, "Hey, want me to cure him," that's when you're able to hit it, so just spam before that. But yeah, you can see what I did there. I deleted all my regular ammo. I did that so I don't have to menu through it. Like when I go to open up the box when I get control of Ethan later, I'm gonna spam through the box to get all my items back, and I just want to skip over that because you don't need regular ammo at all. You need like 5 bullets or something to shoot like bombs. That's pretty much it. Which will have 10 in the chamber, so it's fine. So make sure everything's reloaded here. I'm gonna skip all after I stab Mia with my juice. I'm gonna
There's only one
skip
left.
the recording to the boat section. So
There's only one left.
you just
There
kind
can't
of
just be
look a
one
little bit
left.
left here
What the hell are we gonna do now?
and spam X. Okay. All right. I'll see you in a second. Alright, we're back in control of Mia now. Or we're in control of Mia, rather. No. Alright, menuing gets pretty lenient here for a while. There's not really too much to do anymore. I mean, there is some, but it's hardly worth mentioning. This part after the molded stuff grabs him, you want to kind of move to the right of it and then go left. I kind of aim about here-ish and then whip left to get past it quicker. I should have just skipped all of this too for the video. Nobody wants to see this. God. The boat gets spicy though when it starts off really slow, but once it gets going, it's not necessarily fun, I don't think, but it's not boring. It's scary as hell.
What was that?
There's a lot that can go wrong here. Yeah, I'm not gonna explain too much of this part, just get to where you need to go. But I will say here you have time to move your cursor around once you get to this part. Once you get to the white hat, just kind of like turn around backwards. Move your cursor to slot 2 if it's not already there.
Pendulum! What the fuck are you talking about? She killed them all! Fuck. What the hell is going on? We need some weapons. Is there any weapons on this ship? I don't know, but... Look, let's go this way. Maybe we can get out of here.
Yeah, not a lot happening though. I'll just give my voice a break for this duration.
Settle down, little girl. Settle.
Are you remembering?
What? What are you?
said
Okay,
we could be
so after you get past Evelyn, here is where stuff starts actually happening. You want to do I would say don't do quick turn grabs early on, but this one I would say do a quick turn grab on. Grab that chem fluid. You don't have to get these bombs here and stuff, but I'm gonna grab them. Tag that, get the bombs, get the herb. Interact with that. Careful with your momentum so you don't move your cursor. And go to 3rd floor. As far as the like where you're going on the boat, like given if you're present day Mia or tape Mia and then back to present day, it gets really confusing. All I can say is you just gotta do it a bunch to get used to it. And grab this, insert.
Watch it. What? Why? Alan, you're getting worse.
She must have infected me during the attack. And I'm too far gone anyway. But it serves me right. It's my fault she got out.
Yeah, it is your fault. But that doesn't mean I'm gonna let you die.
She didn't attack you?
It's part of her imprinting protocol. I can't believe this is happening.
Here. Take it. It has her tissue samples.
Alright, so at this point,
You find her.
just turn,
Fix this.
run. You can't interact with the door for a second,
Evie.
but
Where are you?
spam X there.
She's close.
Now hold sprint when she's pulling up her codex. Okay, this is the first Alan skip. Basically, you want to get under here, open these doors, and then sort of like move into it at the furthest point where you can barely interact with it. So it's like right there, you can see it pops up. But I do it at like an angle, and I hold sprint, and then as soon as I interact with it, I turn away like
I have
that.
to reset.
But you can see I took like 3 years to set that up, but there's a chem fluid I just picked up behind those pallets if you didn't see it. Get that herb. This part, when you're walking past the elevator, make sure you hit the button on your way past. Grab these bullets. This door will close on you, so you have plenty of time there. Okay, this part, you want to kind of line up your shot roughly with his ass and just push him out the door with your gun when he stands up, like so, and then immediately hit the button. Combine your stuff for the med pack, move that down, and I would say put your cursor here, 3rd slot, because I'm going to pick up the stuff for the heal. There's a checkpoint here, so I can actually show multiple versions of those. He hits me, so that's fine. So we'll go herb, bullets, bomb. And you gotta be careful here because you're like, oh, I'm just a little bit weak, but sometimes it's good to heal in this instance. It's really easy to just get one, like, fucking blasted to hell. And since we're doing a slightly peachier route at this point, I'm gonna go ahead and grab that chem fluid, and then with our cursor in the 3rd slot, we'll be able to grab 2 of these. And then I'm gonna grab this chem fluid as well. And then I'm just gonna get flush with this door and spam X. I'm gonna go ahead and make another heal. I'm gonna go ahead and use one of them to top myself off in case I get clipped by any moldeds.
Wait.
Here you want to kind of like this part of the railing, this part right here. I kind of like walk up to that about a little bit past it and then turn around.
Okay?
Where are you, Evie?
Evie, wait!
You can do the Alan 2 skip on Madhouse, but
Did you find her?
Yes, but she ran off.
it,
She's making more friends, Alan. Those
it's
things
really
are
weird because it
everywhere.
hurts you pretty badly if you do it. Like, I don't know. I think you can do it without hurting as badly, but mostly it just takes a huge chunk of my health away, and then I don't know, I don't even bother with it. I might with NG+. Okay, this part with 4 bombs, you can actually use one of them here. So we have 2 right now. I'm gonna use one like so. I'm gonna do like the really safe strat here. Close both doors. Interact here. That was a little far away. And then we're gonna need the herb and the bombs. Make another heal. Now we have 2 heals still. This part, I kind of want this first molded to get close. Okay, so right here, just to my right, up a little ways is a little dip in the hallway. I kind of want the molded to be able to be close enough to me that I can dip in that and go around him. So let's see if I can do that. So blast him back like so. Blow this one up. Ow. This part is so fucking scary. And honestly quite bullshit. I'm gonna go ahead and heal. I should have saved my bomb, I didn't know that one was still alive. Okay, there we go. That was the scuffed version, and now put your cursor in slot 2 and spam X here. I want to show the next part here, but I'm going to retry and do that part a few more times probably. It's really difficult, as you can see. It's pretty scary. We do have a heal left, which this heal doesn't carry over, so don't be afraid to use it. Like, you won't be able to use it after this section. I kind of run out wide here though. And I'll block that attack, not because I don't want to take the damage, but because I don't want to get staggered by it. And that's pretty much it on that. There's nothing else to really show up. So I'm gonna do it a couple more times. This time I'll do a more tryhard version where I keep my cursor here and only get 1 heal. And I don't get the extra bombs, or the extra corrosive to get the extra bombs. So this is, I think I did this in my PB, what I'm doing now, depending on how it goes. So we just get 2 instead of 4 bombs. But when we come back down, we're actually going to walk past those moldeds and not bomb them. Just hope they don't hit us. But since I got hit there, I think I'm gonna pick up the... Yeah, I'm gonna pick this up, but I'm gonna get the chem fluid and one of the herbs just to get an extra heal. You gotta just be ready to improvise. So get 1 corrosive this time, and I'm gonna actually pick this chem fluid up, which I wasn't planning on, but I got hit, so we'll pick up the herb on the way back toward the hallway.
No, Evie,
But yeah, once you get past the first like little bar here, or the second one rather,
I don't want to live in
get a little bit past that and then turn around.
And I want you to be my mommy.
Okay, Evie.
Make sure not to do it.
Evie, wait!
Make sure to go far enough though, because if you don't go far enough, then she won't be there.
Did you find her?
Yes, but she ran off. She's making more friends, Alan. Those things are everywhere.
I told you so.
This part you don't have to hurry or anything. You got like until the
okay?
watch says like 15 or something.
About getting everyone back.
Yeah. Now you can go out. Alright, now we're gonna just try and walk to the left. And I'm gonna actually close this door here so they don't follow me. Make a heal. Try and break their legs. And she pulls up her codex a bunch. But she's a fucking asshole. And then just get in here as soon as you can and hit that button. Oh god, see, like you can, I mean that's only 2 showcases of it. You can see how quickly stuff can hit the fan. Alright, so we'll try, let's see. That was a tryhard version, but I ended up having to get an extra heal. So we'll do the peachy one again. This will be the, as it doesn't lose you that much time and it's way comfier. I think you save like, not even 10 seconds. Maybe like 8 or 9 seconds doing this. Like the good way, so. I would not add this until way later if you plan on like saving those extra seconds. But you just get like the extra 2 bombs and the extra heal and stuff. But I didn't move my cursor for this one, so it's gonna be in the wrong spot. I'm actually gonna, so on the elevator, for instance, you would have wanted to made the heal and then move your cursor there basically early. So 2 corrosives, chem fluid. Now I can spam. And the reason is for like all this early menuing and cursor positioning is not so much like, oh, it's just so much faster, which it is faster. But the biggest thing is just not having to think about like, when I get to this door and hit X, where am I gonna have to move my cursor to put in the corrosive or use the key or whatever? You already have it in place, so you're like, just frees up your mind a bit more. Makes it a lot less stressful, if that makes sense.
I told you so.
Oh yeah, we can just like go over here if we want to.
You just worry about getting Evelyn back.
Alright. Alright, so we are getting the other 2 bombs, so now you have 1 to use on these guys if you want, just to make it a little safer. Careful though, because you can actually put that bomb underneath the staircase. So, you want to put it on top. If it goes under the staircase, it won't actually hit them. Alright, we just need 1 herb here. And then we want the bombs. You see I set my bomb down early there because I think there's a walking one. So I want to be ready for him. Yeah, that was a good bomb. That was a really good bomb. You see how many heals we have though? We have 3 heals left, and then move your, if you have time, move your cursor to slot 2 here, I think it is.
Emergency safety lockdown system has been engaged.
I think my PB, I like I was like, it's probably nerves or whatever, but I like fumbled around and wasted like 6 seconds on that section because I forgot how to use a bomb or something. But yeah, we have a bunch of heals here, so. And you don't need to be topped off. Oh, another thing, if you get critical health in in any, not just Madhouse, but if you're ever critical health, not only is that scary because you know, can get killed by anything instantly, but the main thing, or another big thing, is you move slower, so you like lose time that way. So you don't want to necessarily top yourself off for speed, but you want to get out of critical health. But I'll skip all this section.
Be a family.
Then I don't need you.
Alright, the only thing is that I skipped here showing is whenever you get to the video that plays before that, it's like the only skippable thing in the game. So just pause, hit up once, and hit X or confirm to skip past it. It's of the me getting sucked out of the ship and all that happening. You just, the IGT ticks this there, so you want to skip it. Okay, so let's see. I probably should have made. Why did I not make a save file there? Whoops. All right, I guess we'll just show this part once then. Unless I can I know what I'll do. I'll save it on the way back through. If I can. Just grab the lug wrench here. Well, can I make a save on it? I know I'll be coming back to that room. Okay, here if your cursor is in slot 2, you just, once you stand up, you can do that. I like to move my stuff down like so. And then I get to the right of this and strafe left. Climb up. This part just kind of beeline for the door. And spam X for the corrosive and the strong chem fluid. I can save here maybe. Yeah, let's save here. I don't have any tapes. There we go. Now I have tapes. Okay, let's make a save right quick. So I can maybe show this part multiple times if needed. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, my cursor is in slot 2. No, it was in slot 2. I moved it to slot 1. So before we continue this part, move our cursor back. So the reason is because your corrosive is going to be the next pickup. So we have it and where we need. You go straight downstairs. You get the fuse. And you might not have a bomb here, so be careful of that. You do have one like I do. Since I picked up 2, I can use one on him, which is really nice. Otherwise, you'll just have to like block him. Which those guys on Madhouse, pretty scary, so good luck. They do have a nice save in place in case we do die. This, honestly though, this section's just about like hoping you don't get screwed over. Okay, use your momentum here and be careful not to move your cursor up on accident. So when you get in range, stay on the left side, let go, and then spam X, like let go of your up button, or up direction there. So you don't hit the wrong thing. If you wanted to, you could actually move your cursor to the very top and then you could avoid having the possibility of moving your cursor all the way here. Just spam X on the first one, cancel out, and then move this stuff like so. Spam X again. Back up a little bit. And I'm gonna go this way. I had to block his attack because I saw it coming. He hits pretty hard, so. This part, careful of this guy on the ground, or he's in a good spot. Should be able to go right here. Yeah, we can just go to the right. They pretty much just like try and just weave through them as best you can, hope for the best. The reason I put my cursor in the position and my items in the position I did is so when I get down here, I can spam X and then X left X, like so. But you want to do that a lot faster than I just did. And then hit S2, spam for it. And the reason I have my cursor here is in case I picked up an herb or something, I could just use it easily. But we do have an extra bomb, so I might use it on this guy coming up. The bombs are optional, but highly encouraged. Also, there's a bonus heal if you want it right here. This is really nice. Try and blow him out of the way. You can pick up stuff here too. So there's an herb. I'm not gonna get it, but saying like, okay, I'm gonna heal through that. That's why we're getting the heals, so part of it. You're gonna get hit. See? There's like so little I can do there. Every single mob hit me for the last 3 guys. And then you would just have to start over from the beginning of the game. And well, I mean, you could continue here, but then if you're like trying to get a good run, you would have to start everything over. It's really, really painful to run this, but it's also very, very fun. Alright, so to recap, we go down to the first floor. We grab the fuse. Try and blow him up. You want to kind of look down at like a 45-degree angle or so, by the way, to use the bombs on the ground. And again here, I'm going to try an alternative way to do this actually. Let's go with this in the corner like that. That way I can hold up and interact with it. If you want to do this, this will help you. You don't have to worry about messing up and moving your cursor out of the way, I guess. Just an option. I've never tried it before, but it's kind of comfy to do that. You're not too slow with it. Because the thing is, like, if you mess that interaction up, you just get obliterated by that guy. So you got to be careful. Use my bomb there wisely to knock him out of the way. I have an extra one, why not use it? You know? That's why I picked him up. This dude's in a good spot to go right. Sometimes he's at the corner there and you have to kind of swing out wide. Okay, so same thing as last time. Spam X and then left X. And then hit S2 as the doors close. Okay, we're a little bit low on health, but not bad.
He's waiting.
Okay, I'm gonna opt to get this heal here. Now, yeah, this part is just so dangerous. I have 2 heals though, so you can kind of like push past those guys, like you just physically move them out of the way, like I just did. I'm gonna skip this cutscene too for you. And we'll just be back in control of Ethan.
Ethan, here.
Okay, we're almost back in control here.
Wait, what are you doing? What are you doing?
Saving your life. You need to go. I won't be able to resist for much longer.
No.
Now go kill that little bitch.
No.
Okay, so just like
Mia!
turn and run here as soon as you can. Let's see.
Bitch. Where the fuck are you?
This is just movement here. Just crouch late there so you can run the whole way. Hug the right. And then hug the left here. You want to be like on this top part as much as possible as you move faster, because you start moving like a slug here. For whatever reason. And then crouch at the last second here. Hug the right. But not too hard, I guess. Get over this log. And I guess I'll save. Yeah, I'll make a save file here, because this part is fucking horrifying. God, this elevator. Most of the time it's fine, but when it does go south, it goes really far south. The deep south. Okay, so as we're running through here, there's a chem fluid if you need it. I'm not gonna get it. There's a separating agent if you need it. I don't want it. regular ammo, but the only thing I'm really gonna get is a newer out here. And then after that, I'm gonna save it real fast. I can show this part. You pretty much just like go right into your inventory, hit up once, and then because my cursor will be here, so we go past this pop-up, go left, up, and then spam through just through the guns. We don't need any of that other stuff. Okay, and then I ready my shotgun, and this part I like try and do some headshots, and then I kind of do this like thing where I run toward them a little bit here and then back through like that, so that way it pushes them away from the elevator and I'm able to get in safely. It doesn't always work out, but that's what I'm trying to do there. And here all I'm doing is just making some space to use steroids. But yeah, as you can see, I always move my guns around whenever I get control again. I like to get them like, I want up for, this is just for me, I like up for pistol, down for shotgun, and right for grenade launcher. But whatever you're used to. You don't have to do that, it just knowing where my guns are throughout the whole run is nice, you know? Like when you panic, like, oh, I need to swap to my shotgun now, and you press down and all of a sudden down's like knife or grenade launcher, it can really throw things off. So I would say keep them around the same spot, at least the main ones. Here you're probably gonna get hit by the guy coming up on your right side. Like I'd say like 80% of the time he smacks you, probably 90%. Shoot that guy just to blow him backwards, and you don't have to heal here if you don't want to, but what I'm gonna do is get the steroid, which will not only increases your maximum health, but it also heals you to full. So what I'm gonna do here is look down. You can see the steroid like right there. Pick that up, and I'm gonna run through here, snag those supplements, and then while this is opening, while I'm waiting, I'm gonna pop this, and then I'm gonna move off to the side, and then insert that, get this, make neuro rounds, and then I'm just gonna pick this necrotoxin up. Okay, and there are things, there's a chem fluid here, there's shotgun shells here, there's regular ammo here. I don't need any of this stuff though, but I would suggest getting this. Strong first aid is really nice. Okay, so we're gonna want our shotgun here. If you have like 10 shells or so, you should be fine. I have like 26 for some reason. If we got a ton in the Jack 3 fight. You don't need a whole lot. You need, we'll see, 1, 2, 3, 4. I need 4. You don't need much at all. Normally on like easy you would retry there, but you can't do it on Madhouse. That guy like always hits me there, I don't know why. I shot an extra shot there. I want to go ahead and heal once though. You have a lot of heals on you at this point probably, so don't be afraid to use them. Okay, this part, reload fast and cancel it, like and then ADS to hit this shot. That shot's very important. If you miss it, it gets really awkward really quickly. You don't have to kill this guy, but okay, just like knock him back. Try and hit the one on the right, I think is the one I usually go for. And then move to this left side here. Reload to your neuro rounds. Now here you want to try and stun both at the same time, but they're not going to let me. So that's exactly what happened in my PB almost. Like the one came around the corner and the other one just stood there and waited. That was actually pretty good though. Like with practice I was able to handle that properly. but if I hadn't practiced it, I probably would have just died there. You can see though, you want 2 neuro rounds for that part at least. Okay, trigger her, then reload a flame round if you have it. It's not important. If you happen to have a flame round, get it ready. Otherwise, it doesn't matter too much. It's nice for the strat coming up though. Don't touch this door. Don't hit X on it or anything. It'll close in your face. This whole section is just running until you get to the Evelyn fight.
This is your fault.
Oh, we're almost done. Just have 1 fight left, and it's not much of a fight.
I know you
The only thing you have to try for if you want to go for it is the 1 cycle on the last phase. Like, to get her to drop you, but it's incredibly hard to shoot that fast. You have to quick fire like a mother to get it to work. You basically have to hit 4 shots within like a couple seconds. Just bam, 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 bam.
It's Mommy's turn to kill
Incredibly
you.
difficult. I've only done it like twice. Have you practiced your quick firing technique though? You might could hit it consistently.
One of us. And then maybe you'll play nice.
Okay, up here on the first, like, the first phase of little Evie, when she's exploding, just make sure to be ready to block 2 of her attacks at the very least. You want to block them pretty late though. That way you're not just sitting there slowing down extra. So you don't have to block this first one, but get ready. And then I kind of move off to her side, block. And you don't have to hit X or anything there, it just automatically grabs her when you get close enough. The rotation I like to do on Evelyn here, this first phase, is shotgun, shells, then flame round, and then I do an enhanced ammo. That way you don't have to reload anything. You can just go through all 3 weapons and get her to grab you or slap you.
It hurts! It hurts! It hurts! Damn you! Damn you all to hell!
Okay, so about nowish, you can turn and grab this, and then I'm gonna do shotgun to shotgun, flame round, and then try and quick fire. You see I'm not very fast at it, but that's basically what you want to do in that order if you do have a flame round handy. Or you could do it with the neuro rounds here, if you have that, which I do. Here, you don't have to shoot her at all until she picks you up the second time. Or picks you up the first time, rather. So reload. You only need your pistol here, but... Yeah, we're gonna try to quick fire, though. But she, like, smacks you around, like... Until she picks you up, you don't have to shoot her at all. But when she does pick you up, I'm gonna aim down to the right a little bit, and I'm gonna try and quick fire 4 shots as fast as I can. See if we can get the 1 cycle. Basically aiming for her arm. It's really hard to do. I got 2 shots off. Not even close. And then if you don't get the 1 cycle, then just shoot her again. Okay, this part, all you do after you pick up the gun is shoot your weapon. You don't aim, you don't move anything at all. You just hit fire and shoot her 4 times. Just spam the fire button after you pick up the gun here. So all I'm doing here at this point is I'm spamming R1. I'm touching nothing else on my controller. So spam fire.
Playtime.
Not aiming at all. And she dies on 4 shots. Then you shoot the chimney because pick chimneys. if you're, well, whatever you're doing to record this, streaming it, recording it locally, whatever, make sure the feed's going all the way to the results screen, and show the results screen for a few seconds at least. Alright, you can actually skip, you can skip through 3 things here, so you can skip here if you want. You don't have to skip all this, by the way, but I mean, there's no point in watching it. Skip that, skip the credits, and then just show the screen. And that's it. Thank you for watching. I hope you learned something. And if you do decide to run this category, best of luck, and I hope you have fun. Take care.